step aside for a minute break. We are back with DSU head coach Josh Anderson next. It's Trojan football on Jammin' Country 103.
Saturday night's leaving you hungry? Start your Sunday morning off with an all-you-can-eat buffet at the 2nd Street Diner in Madison. Every Sunday from 9 to 2, the 2nd Street Diner has a brunch buffet with something to please even the pickiest of eaters. So sleep in, then eat up every Sunday morning from 9 to 2 with the all-you-can-eat brunch buffet at 2nd Street Diner in Madison. Follow 2nd Street Diner on Facebook today.
2nd Street Diner.
When it comes to farm equipment, there's no such thing as an inexpensive repair, and there's no time for downtime. That's why it pays to contact F&M Co-op Oil and ask about the Cenex Total Protection Plan warranty. It gives you unsurpassed coverage with no deductible for up to 10 years or 10,000 hours. Plus, you'll be protecting your equipment with Cenex Premium Fuels and Lubricants. You can even get the Cenex Total Protection Plan for your used equipment. Contact F&M Co-op Oil in Madison, your certified Cenex distributor, today.
Welcome back to Trojan Field. I'm Carl Hauser. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon for DSU football on FM 103, as we are joined now in the pregame by Dakota State head coach Josh Anderson. Coach, obviously been an interesting week with Mother Nature and whatnot, but the focus remains the same in a big matchup here against Dickinson State today as the two teams prepare on this Sunday afternoon. Might be a little different feel, perhaps maybe a feel of Sunday football for some, but nonetheless, the task is still the same. It's a big game and a big matchup here against Dickinson State, and I think both teams are looking at this game as must-win to try and solidify where they want to be at the end of the year. You guys only see each other once this year. This is a Dickinson State side that has a lot of experience on both sides of the ball, and I think, again, it's going to be a very intriguing matchup for both sides.
I think we match up very well, and as far as playing on a Sunday, it's only weird and different when you're kind of in the preparation mode, when you sit around all day Saturday and, you're watching college games instead of playing, and then playing on a Sunday when they're gearing up for Sunday games in the NFL. That part's different. But once the game starts, then everything feels the same, because we've had to have a different game day. We had to play on Monday one time for homecoming. We got a game canceled, and, that was odd and different until the game started. Then it all felt the same. But yeah, so it's a different preparation time, but to be quite honest with you, having an extra day to prepare for Dickinson State is really quite beneficial. They're four-time conference champs. We need all the time and preparation we can get, and although I feel like we had a pretty good game plan we were probably ready by Wednesday, but again, does not hurt one bit to have extra time. And like you mentioned, this is a really big deal for us, probably even more so for Dickinson. I think to get through the year, you can kind of be allowed maybe one loss in the conference in order to have a chance to still win it and still go to the playoffs. Well, obviously, we've already had that one loss. They haven't yet. So for us, every game is a conference championship game, and it just makes it even more important when you're playing a team such a good quality team like Dickinson.
We'll talk little X's and O's, offense, defense here in a moment, but obviously Two Deeps got a breath of fresh air later this week. A couple of starters from day one who had been out for a game or two are back in the starting lineup, and so it's nice to see that this Dakota State side is going to be at full strength.
Yeah, we lost our center for the presentation game, and that's a big deal when you lose a center. Losing any offensive line is a big deal, but especially when it's a center, because the timing is off with the snaps and just locations and things like that. It is a big deal, and they're pretty much the captain of the offensive line too. So it's just, in so many ways, losing a center is the worst guy to lose on the offensive line. And so we had Xavier Perez step in and do a great job for a game, and he's moving back to his right guard position, and John Calvin-Ole from Hawaii will be moving back into the center spot, and I know he's anxious to get back at it. And then Jason Sakamoto Ryan is tall, he's long, he's athletic, he's super headsy, and he's a really good defensive player. He's a starting corner for us. Our guys did a great job on defense, so basically rotating around and fitting in and filling in and stuff like that. So Coach Hobbs and Conrad and the rest of the defensive staff have that defensive backfield ready to go. So guys stepped in, didn't really miss a beat, and we did a great job defensively. But it is nice to have them back. That also means that we've got some guys that have some extra game experience So if we need to call on them, they're ready to go.
It's going to be an interesting field here. Madison played on Friday night. There's going to still be some moisture in the air, and it's not going to be, temperature should be decent today. Still going to be a little cool, but breezy. And so the field is going to, I don't know if I want to say balance things out, but both teams have to play on it. And we know how that is. I would have to imagine that it will be important to get a passing game going today.
Yeah, that's something we talked about all week as well. Was despite the situation with the weather, that they're going to have to play in it as well, and then taking a look and realizing that Madison played Friday night, and same thing. They got to play on the same field, same weather as we do. It's just something we don't need to dwell on or worry about. And that's why I say we were trying to be ready for this game by Wednesday, because we knew that was going to be the last day where we'd be able to get outside and have an effective practice. The last few days we've been inside in the gymnasiums, in our indoor facilities, and just getting the most out of it what we can. We've been crisp, we've been doing a good job, but it's never the same as being outside.
And the other thing, too, is obviously most of the players on the team, sans maybe a few of the guys from some of the southern states, they have played in rough field conditions. And there is rain, by the way, in many of the states. So by the time you get to college, you've probably played on a field that is muddy or raining, or even with snow, it's moisture in the air. And so most of the guys, I'm sure, have seen it before. But defensively, again, it's a game where I think the defense is really licking its chops.
Yeah, both sides, with with all these situations, defense, it's definitely going to be a defensive day. And obviously you just don't want to make the mistakes on offense to give the other team momentum. We got to have ball control. If we feel like we can make a pass, we can make the play. We got to take advantage of it. Otherwise, we just need to run as a quarterback and just hang on to the ball. Live on the punt system, the punt teams. Make sure we get them off. Don't get any blocks. All those things, and really kind of treat this game the way I usually play tennis. I want to hit the ball over the net and let them screw up, and just not do anything crazy or dumb when we have the ball in our hands.
I think the confidence with this team has grown week by week, and you can really see it out on the field. Even the celebrations on the sideline. It has become a team this year that has come together really well. In the preseason, you talked about how the offseason guys were getting workouts in, and it really does show. This is a team that very much has played well together since day one, but it has just continued to grow. And just there's a lot of confidence both sides of the ball and on special teams as well. And that's a good feeling to have.
It really is. I'm really excited about the guys that our staff has recruited to this team. Like, we've really done a lot more diligent work in trying to bring in the right attitude, the mental. We obviously want physically gifted kids, but we got to have mentally sharp kids, because it's been happening in the fact that the guys have been taking over the leadership. And so when somebody doesn't fit in mentally with the team concept and buy into the team program and buy into the defense and offense, they kind of get weeded out, and not so much anymore by the coaches, but by the players. And, there's no hazing or anything like that. It's just more of, you need to buy in or you need to get out of here. And you hear that enough and you don't want to buy in enough, and guys don't put up with it enough. People start to just kind of drift off, quit, or just leave on their own, and just, different ways and different things. And now what we're left with is a really big, solid team of guys that are bought in, that want to work hard, that want to do what it takes to win. And, and if we don't, they're not pointing fingers and blaming each other or coaches. And the atmosphere is just so much better and more fun and, honestly, more professionally to be around.
Coach, as always, we appreciate the time, and good luck here today against Dickinson State. A day later, but nonetheless excited for the game, and we'll catch up down the road.
Very excited for this one. Thank you very much.
That was Dakota State head coach Josh Anderson joining us here on the pregame show as we inch closer and closer to kickoff here from Trojan Field. Both teams back out after chats in the locker room. Dakota State in their home blue jerseys with gray numbers, blue pants, blue helmets, and the Trojan logo on the side of those helmets. They will be on the near side of the field, or the south side. Meanwhile, the Blue Hawks of Dickinson State across the way, white jerseys with navy blue pants and silver helmets. And a nice small showing, but nonetheless good to see some Dickinson State fans here at Trojan Field. We'll take a look at our starting lineups coming up here next. Kickoff is on the way as well here on Jammin' Country. We're back to Trojan Field after this 2-minute break.
Did you know if you're a Community Center Madison member and you're looking for different hours other than the Community Center operation hours, you can buy a 24-hour Wellness Studio key fob for just $35. The Wellness Studio is located at Madison City Hall, 116 West Center Street on the second floor. Work out on your own time. The studio offers cardio and weight machines along with a stretching area and dumbbells. The Community Center Madison wishes DSU Athletics the best of luck this season. Go Trojans! Stadium Sports Grill in downtown Madison wishes the Dakota State University Trojans good luck in their game. Enjoy 50-cent win Wednesdays in both traditional and wellness with several flavors to choose from 5 to 10. Plus 18 flat-screen TVs, pool tables, and a full menu of great food and your favorite cold beverage on tap. Stadium Sports Grill in downtown Madison also has a breakfast menu on Saturdays and Sundays only from 11 to 2. Stadium Sports Grill in downtown Madison is a proud supporter of DSU Athletics and wishes the Trojans good luck in their game.
At Mustang Seeds, we're planting your future. To us, that means continuously refining our seed technologies to present the most desirable traits. But it also means doing business the way it all started 55 years ago. Strong seed from a third-generation family business. We guess you could say it's genetic. Mustang Seeds, planting your future. To find the perfect seed solutions for your operation, contact your local dealer or visit mustangseeds.com.
Heartland Consumers Power District would like to wish the Dakota State Trojans good luck this season. This is Casey Crabtree, Heartland's Director of Economic Development. I'm excited to work with businesses here in Madison to help them grow and thrive. If you're looking to expand your business or in need of low-interest financing, give me a call at 256-6536. Heartland is proud to deliver reliable energy and services to the city of Madison. We believe in the power of forward thinking and want to be your trusted community partner and leader in our industry. Good luck, Trojans.
Welcome back to Trojan Field. It is time for Dakota State football on this Sunday afternoon. Jim Crashmeyer's back at the studio. I'm Carl Hauser. Good Sunday afternoon. Glad you've joined us here on FM 103. A cool, overcast day here at Trojan Field and in Madison, South Dakota, but excited for the matchup. And we have the meeting at midfield going on. Dakota State led by head coach Josh Anderson in his 11th season. Offensive coordinators Alex Kretschmar, O-line coach Anvil Sensaba. Anderson is the QB running back coach, and Josh Oak in his 4th season is the tight end coach. Defensively, D coordinators Peyton Hobbs, D-back special teams Ryan Conrad, and D-line Clifton Marshall. For Dickinson State head coach is Pete Stanton in his 6th season at the helm. Offensive coordinator, quarterback coach is Michael McGuire. Russell McCarville is the running back coach, and Patrick Carroll is the O-line coach. And Jason Thier is the defensive coordinator.
Dickinson State,
Jeff Miller,
you're the visiting
D-line
team.
and linebacking coach for Dickinson State.
What is your call?
Ranked
Tails
in the latest
call.
NAIA polls as they come in.
It is heads.
Number
You want to
14
defer.
on
You want the ball?
season. And so
Which goal do you want to
the
defend?
sole matchup
Defend this
of
goal.
the year
Okay.
between these two sides.
Dakota
And it
State
looks like
won the toss.
the
Deferred
Trojans
their
have won
choice in
the
the second
kickoff,
half.
and they have elected to
Dickinson
defer.
State will
And so
receive
DSU
and
will
defend the
kick
east
off
goal.
to begin, as they will kick off left to right, or as we know it, west to east. Melissa McCarthy is the head trainer, assisted by Nate Schiefert, the two down on the field. Defensively for the Trojans up front, D-line is the sophomore Connor Tordson, senior John Trout, and sophomore Braden Wallenstein. The linebacking core includes junior Riley Yankee, junior Cole McCarty, senior Carson Lindblad, and junior Marcus Vandenbosch. And the defensive secondary at corners, one's a sophomore Noah Guzzi, the other a junior Jason Sakamoto Ryan, and the two safeties, both are juniors. One is Wyatt Sanford, the other is Jordan Thomas. The Blue Hawks will be led by senior quarterback Hayden Gibson. Up front, the big uglies include John Haroldson, Blake Murray, Drew Heiser, Blade Miller, and Javon DeGrand. Wide receivers, Jarrett Lee, a junior, Noah Sickler, a freshman, and Tiger Fry, a junior. Tight end is Ty Norby, a junior, and starting running back is senior Ahmed Andrews. And we will also see Alec Lovegren at the running back position as well. Dickinson State, as heard in the pregame, very much a storied program over the years, a lot of success, and they do a great job in recruiting a lot of Montana boys on the team, as well as Western North Dakota, and so some homegrown talent. And of course, Dickinson City, about 45 minutes away from the Montana border, so a lot of recruits from Montana here for Dickinson State. Senior Casey Burke is ready to kick things off. It is 1 o'clock, and boom, we are underway from Trojan Field. An end-over-end kick will be taken at the 5-yard line. Javante Oifant, and Oifant, room to run, breaks to the outside, and he's got a nice return as he's over the 50-yard line, finally pushed out of bounds. A big return for Dickinson State, moving left to right, and the Blue Hawks will have excellent field position on their first offensive possession of the game. So a good return by Javante Oifant, a sophomore from Trinity, Texas. And so Dickinson State on offense, Dakota State averaging giving up 308 yards per game. Meanwhile, the offense for the Blue Hawks, 367. And a handoff, Ahmed Andrews up the middle, and Andrews will pick his way for a nice gain, a pickup of 7 or 8 for Andrews. And it's going to be second down and short here for the Blue Hawks. Ball marked on the far hash as they move towards the west end zone. Winds whipping out of the west-northwest. It's been breezy the last 4 or 5 days. Overcast sky, no accumulation. It'll pitch out to Andrews coming to the near side, and he's going to be stacked up. Yankee and McCarty in on the tackle. Cole McCarty Jr. from Miraloma, California. Went to Fullerton College before transferring here. And, of course, Riley Yankee, homegrown here in Madison. McCarty fourth in the NSAA in total tackles. And Yankee tied for 14th in the NSAA. Riley also with 8 tackles for loss and 4 sacks, an interception and a fumble recovery to his name. So no gain on the play. He's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Pistol formation for Gibson, senior from Bismarck. And he'll look to pass, slot wide open, catch is made. It's a first down. Wide open, a slot pass to Connor McCarville, the freshman from Helena, Montana. And it's going to be a gain of about 20 yards. And it is a visit, a GSN Insurance first down, and a visit to the Case IH red zone. So McCarville wide open in the slot. A blitz was on, and so Case IH red zone here for the Blue Hawks. First drive of the game, Gibson back to pass, swings it out to his running back, Andrews on the far side, and he is pushed out of bounds. And so Ahmed Andrews, the senior from Pasadena, California, is shoved out, coming in 755 yards on the ground for Andrews and 13 touchdowns. And that is his 5th reception of the year, and it is a gain of 8, brings up second down and 2. Gibson, 932 yards coming in, 11-3 ratio, 60% completion percentage. And it'll be a handoff to Andrews. He's going to be tripped up. John Trout may have been the one to trip up Andrews. Short gain on the play is going to bring up 3rd down and 1 as the ball is marked at the 9-yard line. So Dickinson State knocking on the door on their first offensive possession of the game, got a great kick return, and it is 3rd and 1 as they've made their way inside the Case IH red zone. Pistol look here for Gibson. Andrews behind him, handoff Andrews right side, is going to have the first down as he gets down to around the 6, gain of a couple. And it is going to be a GSN Insurance first down, brought to you by GSN Insurance of Madison. No account is too big or too small. We like them all. So first and goal from the 6-yard line here for Dickinson State in their white jerseys with navy blue pants, silver helmets. Shotgun formation for Gibson. Andrews to his right. Gibson play action, looks over the middle, has his man, touchdown. And a flag comes flying in late as well. And a nice find. And making the catch was Jarrett Lee, the junior from Dickinson. But a flag is down, and I believe it's going to be against the Blue Hawks.
Personal foul. Chop block.
Oh, a chop block is called against Dickinson State.
15-yard penalty.
So that's a 15-yard penalty. Instead of a touchdown, it's going to be first and goal from the 21-yard line. Oof. Big penalty right there. So instead of a touchdown to Jarrett Lee out of Dickinson Trinity. Trinity, the private school in Dickinson. There's Dickinson High and Dickinson Trinity. It is first and goal from the 21-yard line. Two receivers on the near side, one on the top side, tied it in motion right to left. Gibson will hand it off. Andrews. Andrews looking to sprint out. No, it's John Trouts. And big John Trouts with the bear hug tackle. And Ahmed Andrews had nowhere to go as he actually loses 2 or 3 on the play. And John Trout exploding from that D-line spot. And I see Sam Kroenke in as well on the D-line. So second and goal from the 24. 11:35 and counting left in this opening quarter. Gibson hard counts, now looks to the sideline and is directing operations as he gets into play. 8 on the play clock. Second and goal from the 24. Gibson looking, has time. On the run, has a man. It is caught. A trio of Dakota State defenders were right there, but they could not knock the football away as the catch is made by Fry, Tiger Fry, the junior. His 24th reception, and that is at the 9-yard line. So it's third and goal from the 9. There was 3 Trojan defenders right there, but no one could get a hand on the football. So third and goal from the 9 here for the Blue Hawks. 2 receivers split near side, one on the top side. Gibson in the backfield with Lovegren. Gibson drops back to pass, looking over the middle, has a man, and it is going to be a touchdown as Lovegren makes the catch over the middle. And again, Trojan players in the vicinity but unable to make a play. And from first and goal from the 21, second and goal from the 24, the Blue Hawks are able to get into the end zone. A nice throw from Hayden Gibson, and Lovegren was open. And so the DSU defense unable to stop the Blue Hawks from getting in. 10:34 left in this first quarter. It's 6-0 in favor of Dickinson State, and the extra point here by number 38. That is Jeremiah Payne, and Payne misses the kick. In fact, it was knocked down, so at least some positives there. PAT no good. 10:34 left in this first quarter. 6-0. Dickinson State leading Dakota State here at Trojan Field. Timeout is on the field. We'll pause as well. We're back after this 30-second break.
Great Western Bank is your local hometown bank and the nation's 8th largest ag lender. We offer sophisticated services from investments to cash management and the financial power for specialized lending without limits. Our focus on relationships means we get to know our customers and businesses. Great Western Bank provides our customers with the right
play clock operator, please set the west
so
play clock to 0.
Great Western Bank, member FDIC,
with no play clock on the east end, the official play clock will be kept on the field.
Welcome back to Trojan Field. It's DSU football on FM 103 and AmazingMadison.com. Crash back at the studios. I'm Carl Hauser. 10:34 left in this first quarter. Dickinson State using a big kickoff to set up great field position. And Hayden Gibson 4 for 4 on that drive for 47 yards and the touchdown. And so here is a kickoff. Jeremiah Payne will kick it off. It's going to be a short one taken by an upman. That is Giese, the upman, who makes the catch at about the 25. Brody Fredrickson, one of 2 guys back deep. And Fredrickson was right behind Giese and was like, what the heck, man? So it's going to be first and 10 for Dakota State from their own 29-yard line as the quarterback, Torin Devricks, leads his team out. Torin, 63 of 133 on the season, 892 yards, a 5-to-2 ratio. Senior running back Brody Fredrickson leading the nation in rushing yards, 770 thus far. Devricks drops back to pass, looking to go deep far side. Roger Moore makes the catch! Roger Moore into enemy territory down to the 41-yard line, and a great find on first down as Roger Moore makes the catch. And the freshman from Miami, Florida, out of Coral Gables High School, gives the Trojans a GSN Insurance first down as they are on the plus side of the field. A three-receiver look, 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Pistol formation, Devricks hands it off. Brody Fredrickson. Fredrickson off the left side is tripped up. Nice play by the cornerback, Trent Rohr, the senior from Killdeer at North Dakota, trips up Fredrickson, not before a gain of about 4 yards. So good start offensively here for Dakota State, as Roger Moore will be in the slot on the near side. Trayshawn Roberts split out to this near side as well. 2nd and 6 for the Trojans. Read option, handoff, Brody Fredrickson. Fredrickson a first down and more. Fredrickson loose down the far sideline, then caught from behind inside the 10. Nice blocking out front by the big boys. It's a GSN Insurance first down and a visit to the Case IH red zone, as the Trojans have wasted little time, 3 plays, and they have it 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. And boy, Fredrickson again coming in needing 238 yards to break the all-time rushing record here. And a nice run there by Brody Fredrickson as Dakota State looks to answer the touchdown by Dickinson State. See Waldorf up over Mayville State 7-0 early on in that contest. Play clock is being kept on the field apparently. They're going to pass first down, looking to the corner for Deshaun Keel, and the pass to the near corner just a bit long. It was Josh Giles in the slot, and Giles actually on a slant route. Looked like he was open. That Brody Fredrickson dash was of 31 yards. So it's 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line as the Trojans head towards the east end zone. 8:49 left in this first quarter, 6-0 Dickinson State leads. Brenner Furlong, sophomore running back, checks in, and it's going to be Furlong picking his way up the middle. And not much doing there. Great penetration defensively by Dickinson State. Starting offensive line today for the Trojans, left tackle Mose Timoteo out of Pearl City, Hawaii, freshman. Left guard is Ian Pula, sophomore from Compton, California. John Cavenale, the senior center, back in the starting lineup from Wapaiu, Hawaii. Right guard is senior number 65, Xavier Perez from Riverside, California. And the right tackle, one of the captains, senior number 74, Braden Schmidt from Jackson, Minnesota. 3rd and goal from the 4. Brody Fredrickson checking back in. 2 receivers split near side. And looking, it's going to be a touchdown to Giles. Josh Giles faked a slant and then a little pop-out route and open for the 4-yard touchdown. And Dakota State has answered Dickinson State. We are tied at 6s. A beautiful route right there for Josh Giles, and he has his 2nd touchdown reception of the season. And so we're going to get an extra point here, and it's going to be, Josh Snook is on. Senior kicker Casey Burke has been struggling. Snook came on and kicked extra points last game, is on here. Spot, snap, kick is up. It looks good. It is good. 8:01 left in this first quarter. It is Dakota State 7 and Dickinson State 6 as we get a little splash of sun. Trojans by 1 early in this contest. Timeout is on the field. We're back after this 30-second break on Jammin' Country.
Saturday night's leaving you hungry? Start your Sunday morning off with an all-you-can-eat buffet at the 2nd Street Diner in Madison. Every Sunday from 9 to 2, the 2nd Street Diner has a brunch buffet with something to please even the pickiest of eaters. So sleep in, then eat up every Sunday morning from 9 to 2 with the all-you-can-eat brunch buffet at 2nd Street Diner in Madison. Follow 2nd Street Diner on Facebook today.
2nd Street Diner.
6 plays, 71 yards for the Trojans as they answer the Dickinson State touchdown. Crash back at the studios. I'm Carl Hauser, 7-6. Dakota State leading Dickinson State, and yes, getting a splash of sunshine here, much needed. For chilly temperatures and windy, very nice showing here today from the Trojan faithful. Nice to see some Dickinson State fans making the trek as well. So a solid start for both teams offensively as Casey Burke is on for the kickoff. End over end kick taken on the near side. Once again, this is Oifend. Oifend room to run up the middle, and he's going to be dropped. He gets out too close to the 35 as we get a massive humanity in on that tackle. So Oifend returned the ball of 50 yards or so the first time, brings this one out to about the 30. I think they're going to get him down to the 34-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Dickinson State. Dickinson State again averaging 367 yards per game offensively, 44.4% conversion on 3rd down. 105 first downs on the year. Both teams in the plus side for turnovers. Dickinson State +7, Dakota State +9. It's Andrews on the handoff, bounces off the first tackler, and then pushes his way forward as we get maybe a gain of 1 on the play for Ahmed Andrews. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 as they do mark the ball at the 35-yard line. A bevy of players coming off of the pile for the Dakota State defense. Nico Ferroni, sophomore linebacker from Jackson, Minnesota, in as one of the 2 middle linebackers. Read option, Andrews, and Andrews has room to run. He's going to be near a GSN Insurance first down. And a good couple of blocks in the secondary. And it is indeed going to be a GSN Insurance first down as Dickinson State has the ball up to the 44-yard line. Really nice run there by Ahmed Andrews and a couple of nice blocks in the second level for the Blue Hawks. Blue Hawks' lone loss, they lost to Rocky Mountain College the first game of the year in a tight game. They've had a couple of tight games so far this year, but a sign of a good team being able to overcome a little adversity and finding ways to win. Connor McCarville, wide out split on the near side, 1 receiver on the top side. And Gibson, play action, looking to go deep far side, has a man, and it's going to be underthrown. Where the running back, play action, and Derek Tabor, junior from Kildare, actually slipped in the backfield. Gibson then was looking down the far sideline. That was Jarrett Lee, the intended receiver. Noah Guzzi was in coverage, and the ball ended up being underthrown. Not the best of throws there by Gibson. May have lost his footing as he threw. So 2nd and 10 here for Dickinson State as we get Ty Norby, the junior tight end, in motion right to left. Gibson looking for an out route. It's nearly picked off, and instead it's going to be a reception to Jarrett Lee up to the 50. Boy, Noah Guzzi diving for that one. Looked like he nearly came up with it. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 after the gain of 6. John Trout checking out, Darby Neal in for the Trojan defense. 3rd and 4 for Dickinson, 6:20 and counting left first quarter, ball at midfield. And it's going to be a draw and absolutely nowhere to go. Dakota State defense not fooled. Braden Wallenstein leading the charge, and Andrews loses about 5 on the play. Absolutely sensational penetration. And so 4th and 9 and a punt situation for Dickinson State as Jeremiah Payne will punt. Jordan Thomas is going to drop back. The Trojan first team defense staying on the field. Snap is there, kick, end over end kick. Thomas will let that one go. Does take a Dickinson State bounce and is inside the 20 and down to the 18. Nice job defensively as the Trojans gave up a first down, but then on 3rd and 4, Blue Hawks went with a draw play, and Ahmed Andrews was crushed. It was Marcus Vandenbosch, Darby Neal, and Braden Wallenstein all combining in on that tackle for the Trojans. So 1st and 10 for Dakota State, leading 7-6 with 5:37 left in this first quarter. Take a look at some of the defensive starters here after this play for Dickinson State. Frederickson in the backfield with Devericks. The handoff to Brody. Brody makes the first man miss, makes another man miss, has a GSN Insurance first down as he gets over the 35 to the 36. A nice stutter step and then a spin cycle for Frederickson. Presley Pigliotti, one of the D linemen, Jaden Rice, as well as Jeremy Poyer, the starting 3 up front. Linebackers include Reese Hohers, Kevin Brown, Eric Spring, and Dylan Jepson. Lewis Dobitz and Trent Rohr, both from Killdeer, the starting cornerbacks. Devericks back to pass down the near sideline, looking for Deshaun Keel, and just out of the reach of Keel on the play. Made mention about it in other games, but really liked some of the deep balls from Devericks. Yeah, that one was just overthrown, but he gave his receiver a chance and put it where only really the receiver could make a play. But it is incomplete, so it brings up 2nd and 10. Ball is at the 30. The marker at the 34 is the 35. No, it's the 36. Okay. Starting safeties for the Blue Hawks, Dylan Reiner as well as Derek Van de Bosch. Van de Bosch does have a pick 6 on the season. 2nd and 10 for the Trojans. Handoff Brody Frederickson. Frederickson looking to bounce to the outside. He does. Makes the first man miss per usual and makes his way to the 40-yard line. Brody ran into one of his offensive linemen, was able to bounce off of him. Got to the outside and picks up about 5 on the play. He's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 here with 4:45 left in this first quarter. So 3rd and 5 for Dakota State. 2 receivers split on the near side, 1 on the top side. Alex Bolche split out on the near side. Josh Giles on the far side. And so play being changed by Devericks. 3rd and 5. Frederickson in the backfield. Devericks drops back to pass. Here comes the rush. Looking to go deep for Roger Moore. Moore, does he make the catch? Yes! Roger Moore inside the 25-yard line, and a dime from Torrin Devericks, and another big catch for Roger Moore, and a beautiful route from the slot. So it was Moore in the slot, kind of just a long fade play. And it is a GSN Insurance first down. Call Scott and Nancy Gusso today at GSN Insurance of Madison. 1st and 10 from the Blue Hawk 25. Handoff Brenner Furlong. Furlong will push forward and gets down to around the 22-yard line. So a gain of a couple on the play for Brenner Furlong. Uberly important that Dakota State gets production from their backup running backs, whether it is Furlong, Sanchez, Llewellyn. As Brody Frederickson checks back into the game, looks like they're going to empty the backfield here. Frederickson and Giles split out on the top side. Moore and Balchi on the near side. Giese the tight end off left tackle. Empty backfield. Devericks drops back to pass. Looking over the, now deep to the sideline. Incomplete, just out of the reach of Roger Moore. Boy, if Moore made that catch, I would have lost my mind. Another good throw from Devericks, but incomplete. So 3rd and 8. On a sloppy day like today, the field getting beat up between the hashes, to be expected. Maybe on the edge of field goal range. It is 3rd and 8. Ball is at the 22-yard line of Dickinson State's. Furlong behind Devericks. 3 receiver look, 2 on the top side. Devericks with time over the middle, looking for Giles, knocked away. Nice defensive play by Trenton Rohr. And it is incomplete, brings up 4th and 8 here for Dakota State. Giles running an in route and probably needed to take another step or 2 towards the ball, and that may have been a first down instead. It is 4th and 8. Looks like Dakota State will go for it. So 3:07 left in our opening quarter, 7-6. Dakota State leading 14th ranked Dickinson State on this Sunday afternoon. Game was pushed back due to Mother Nature. 4th and 8 rather.
Evericks with time, doesn't have anyone open, now steps up, gets a nice block on the outside and is going to be pulled down. It looks like it's going to be enough for a first down or close to. So Torrin Devricks getting a nice block on the outside from Deshaun Keel. Something that Coach Anderson mentioned this last week was that they've got great blocking on the outside from their receivers in there. Torrin Devricks didn't have anyone to pass to, stepped up himself, gets the ball down to the 12-yard line, so a GSN Insurance first down and a visit to the Case IH red zone. So 1st and 10 from the 12. Devricks, handoff Brody Fredrickson. Fredrickson up the belly of the beast and nothing doing there. Good push by the Blue Hawk defense. So 2nd and about 8 after that short run by Fredrickson. And Fredrickson checking out. Brenner Furlong checks in. And an empty backfield here. 2 receivers split on the near side. Keel and Moore on the near side. Giles and Furlong on the top side as the ball is towards the near hash. Easy, the tight end, off left tackle. 2nd and 8, Devricks drops back to pass, looking to the corner, and an incomplete, but it's going to be a penalty. The defensive back slipped and ended up tripping up Moore, and a tough break there for Dylan Reiner. He fell down in the end zone and ended up taking Moore down as well. I will say this, had Moore not fallen down, that probably was a touchdown, so it's going to be a penalty and should be an automatic first down. A penalty did occur in the end zone, but not a spot foul in college.
Pass interference.
So first
Number
penalty of the day
defense.
is going to go, excuse me, second penalty rather. The first one was a chop block call against Dickinson State, and this one, the ball's going to be spotted down at the 2-yard line, so it's 1st and goal from the 2 here for Dakota State. Brody Fredrickson checking back in. 2 receivers split on the top side for the Trojans. Looking to add to their 7-6 advantage. Little counterplay. Brody is in for the touchdown. It's a 2-yard touchdown run by Brody Fredrickson. A light counterplay as he goes off left tackle. And it's 13-6 with 1:47 left in this first quarter. Dakota State has enjoyed games at home this season. And 2 offensive possessions and 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter as Snook is on for the extra point. Couple of big plays there. Roger Moore with another big catch. Snap is there. Giles the hold. The kick is up. It looks good. It is good. 1:47 left in this first quarter. 14-6. Dakota State leads Dickinson State. A timeout is on the field. We'll pause as well. We're back to the Helena broadcast booth here at Trojan Field after this 30-second timeout on FM 103.
When it comes to farm equipment, there's no such thing as an inexpensive repair, and there's no time for downtime. That's why it pays to contact F&M Co-op Oil and ask about the Senex Total Protection Plan warranty. It gives you unsurpassed coverage with no deductible for up to 10 years or 10,000 hours. Plus, you'll be protecting your equipment with Senex Premium Fuels and Lubricants. You can even get the Senex Total Protection Plan for your used equipment. Contact F&M Co-op Oil in Madison, your certified Senex distributor, today.
And Dr. Tori Kais with Madison Family Dental and Mike.
Welcome back to Trojan Field. Crash back at the studios. I'm Carl Hauser. Dakota State with the 14-6 advantage thus far. The Dickinson State defense coming in only averaging giving up 15 points per game. Still 3+ quarters to play, but a very good start so far for the Dakota State offense. 144 yards. 74 yards rushing and 70 yards passing. So Torrin Devricks 3 of 7. And Roger Moore does have 2 of those for 65 yards. Josh Giles the other catch. And a couple of the deep balls that Torrin has thrown have been good. Now the Trojans are going with the wind here in this first quarter, moving from west to east, left to right. So Dickinson State will have the wind in the second and fourth quarters. Obviously something was planned with the kickoff or with the coin toss to begin. Little pooch kick here from Casey Burke, and it's going to be caught. And stepping out of bounds on this near side was Nick Miller, junior wide receiver from Mandan. And then Miller faked like he had stepped out and then started running down the field, but the officials blowing their whistles quickly. So going to be fairly decent field position here as Casey Burke, senior kicker, just pooches that one. Casey from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Never been to Idaho, would like to get there at some point in my life. In fact, I don't think farthest west I've been into the eastern parts of Montana. As far as driving, have been Oregon before. Neither here nor there. First and 10 here for Dickinson State. Hayden Gibson with Andrews behind him. Pistol formation, handoff Andrews up the middle. He's going to pick up a couple here on this first down run. Some light pushing and shoving towards the end of the play, and afterwards some chatting going on as well. Pickup of a couple here for Andrews. Ahmed Andrews, 8 carries, 15 yards before that one, so now 9 carries, about 19 yards. 3 receiver look, 2 on the top side, 1 on the near side. Ball is on the near hash. 39-yard line for the Blue Hawks. Gibson drops back to pass, looks to the far sideline, has a man, catch is made, and then quickly brought down on the far side. Close to a first down in on the tackle, Wyatt Sanford, junior safety. It'll be 3rd and 2, so a gain of about 5. So 3rd and short here for the Blue Hawks. Jarrett Lee, wideout, will be split to the near side. He will be joined on the near side as Fry will be in the slots. 3rd and short, Gibson hands off Andrews. Andrews up the middle, and he makes a couple men miss and is going to have the first down. Ooh, it looked like Dakota State was going to get Andrews right around the line of scrimmage, but he slithers through for a GSN Insurance first down, and he's down at the 49-yard line of Dakota State. So Dickinson State now on the plus side of the field, and 20 seconds left in this first quarter. This will likely be our final play of the first. 14-6, Dakota State with the advantage. Gibson hands it off, and up the middle, first down run, and a good one. That is, that's the number, oh, there it is, 34.
That's the
Riley
end
Linder
of the first quarter.
from Flaxville, Montana, picks up about 5 on the play, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Good start for Dakota State in this clash, DSU and DSU. It's Dakota State 14 and Dickinson State 6. Dickinson State on the move, and that's the end of the first quarter. We'll step aside for a 30-second break here on FM 103.
Did you know if you're a Community Center Madison member and you're looking for different hours other than the Community Center operation hours, you can buy a 24-hour Wellness Studio key fob for just $35. The Wellness Studio is located at Madison City Hall, 116 West Center Street on the 2nd floor. Work out on your own time. The studio offers cardio and weight machines along with a stretching area and dumbbells. The Community Center Madison wishes DSU Athletics the best of luck this season. Go Trojans!
Welcome back to Trojan Field. Crash back at the studios. I'm Carl Hauser. Dakota State leading Dickinson State in this NSAA clash, 14-6. And it's going to be 2nd down and about 4 here for the Blue Hawks after a nice run by Riley Linder, the 3rd running back we've seen. Now it looks like Derek Tabor is in, and there's about 4 or 5 guys on this Dickinson State team that played high school ball at Killdeer. Saw Killdeer a couple times during my days up in Norton, Dakota. Boy, some serious snowfall up in North Dakota as well here this week. Motion, and it's going to be a swing out to the far side, and the pass is dropped. Connor McCarville could not handle the throw from Gibson. Gibson got hit by Riley Yonke after he just got rid of the football, but it's 3rd and 4. That's a straight drop there by McCarville. He probably would have had the first down. Some good design plays by this Blue Hawks offense so far as we are a mere few moments into this second quarter. So 3rd and 4 here for Dickinson. 2 receivers split on the near side. in Lee and Fry. McCarville split on the top side. Gibson directing traffic. Gibson drops back to pass, has time, now comes to the near side, on the move, throws it down the sideline, and he throws it out of bounds. Cole McCarty applying pressure, and Gibson wisely throws that one away. Talked with Coach Stanton the pregame. Hayden Gibson, the son of longtime head coach Mark Gibson of Bismarck High School. Very storied program up in the state of North Dakota. And got a chance to meet Coach Gibson a few years ago at an all-star game. Very, very nice guy. It was fun to talk football with, to say the least. Well, punt here on 4th and 4. Nearly a snap over the head of Payne. He gets this punt off. It's going to take a nice bounce inside the 10-yard line. And oh, my goodness, what a punt. It is out of bounds, I believe, at the 3. And Jeremiah Payne with a corner coffin kick right there.
The Dakota State University
Coffin corner kick. There we go.
developmental team was originally scheduled to play
So,
at Durham,
Dakota
Iowa,
State's
Monday,
backed
but
up
has postponed to Monday,
as
October
the ball is
21st.
marked
The
at
game
their
is
own
set for 6
3-yard
p.m.
line.
in Sioux Center, Iowa.
14:40 left in this first half. 14-6, Dakota State with the advantage, but under the shadow of their own goal line as they now move right to left as we see it here at Trojan Field, or from east to west. Ball's going to be marked on the near hash as Devricks is in pistol formation. Fredrickson behind him. Brody picks his way forward. Initially wanted to bounce it outside and then ended up going inside and picks up a couple on the play. In fact, they are going to give him the 6-yard line, a gain of about 3, 2nd down and 7. 147 offensive yards, 80 for Dakota State, 87 so far. For Dickinson State, a cool day. Haven't seen any precipitation, any rain or snow falling, but it is expected to be cloudy and cool here today. Some players with long sleeves on, some with no sleeves, some with leggings, some without. 2nd and 7, Devricks hands it off. Fredrickson pushes forward and gains a couple on the play. Good tackle right there. Jade Rice, one of the D linemen, senior from Stanley, North Dakota. Up in oil country in the northwest part of the state. Gain of 1, maybe 2. I think it's just a gain of 1, so it's going to be 3rd and 6 here for Dakota State as they're going to bring 3 on and 3 out. 2 receivers back in tight end. Justin Folker is coming out of the game. So inside their own 20-yard line, it is 3rd and 6 here for the Trojans. Single receiver on the near side. 2 receivers top side. Devricks drops back to pass. He'll swing it out to Fredrickson. Fredrickson on the near side makes a man miss. Steps out of bounds. He's going to be just short of the first down marker. A little swing out play to Brody Fredrickson. And here comes the punt team. Where do they mark him out? They're going to mark him out at the 11, so it's going to be 4th and a couple. And a good job there in coverage. It was Dylan Jepson, the freshman linebacker from Killdeer, doing a nice job out in space. And so the Trojans will look to punt it here. A couple of guys deep, including Brandon Singh. Looks like also Isaiah Clute as well. Caleb Nielsen on to punt, and a low punt's going to take a bounce. Is going to roll at about the 40 and roll back close to the 50, going to be down to the 49-yard line. So all in all, not a terrible punt, but Dickinson State will start on the plus side of the field. Nielsen punting into the wind, kept that one low. Did get a nice roll at the end as well. So Dickinson State will have it 1st and 10 from the Dakota State 49-yard line. 12:37 left in this first half. Dakota State leading 14-6. Gibson leaves the troops out on the field. Lee and Fry split it on the near side. McCarville on the top side. Have not seen Noah Sickler, who is listed as a starting receiver for the Blue Hawks. Sickler started his collegiate career up at the University of North Dakota, now at Dickinson State. It's going to be handoff to Andrews. Andrews up the middle is going to push forward. Picks up about 4 on the play. No, 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 7. So Dakota State scored on their first 2 offensive possessions, then went 3 and out on their third, backed up on their own goal line. 2nd and 7 here. Andrews in the backfield with Gibson. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the top side. Tight end for the Blue Hawks on the top of the formation. Ball is in the middle of the field as the Blue Hawks have the wind at their back as they move towards the east end zone. Gibson will drop back to pass, looking over the middle, has a man, catch is made, and it's going to be a first down and then some down close to the 20-yard line as the catch is made by Fry, and he was open over the middle, able to find a spot in the zone defense, so it's a GSN Insurance first down as Fry is marked at the 23-yard line. Ball will be on the near hash. 2 receivers top side, 1 on the near side. Tight end will be in motion from right to left. Andrews in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. Looks to go up the middle, and he's going to be stacked up, although does push forward for a gain of a couple on the play. And Andrews was tripped up by John Trout, and then Ahmed did a nice job of kind of leaping over Trout to gain an extra yard. Gain of about 2 brings up 2nd down and 8, but not a whole lot of room there for Andrews. Again, a nice, decent crowd for weather conditions and it being a day later than anticipated. 2nd and 8. Ball in the middle of the field. Gibson drops back to pass. Here comes pressure. Gibson gets rid of it. It's going to be picked off. It is picked off by the Trojans. Hayden Gibson got hit. And an interception on the play. It was Sanford. Wyatt Sanford with his 4th interception of the day, and Gibson got licked as he got rid of the football. And a big play by the DSU defense. Ball is going to be marked at the 7-yard line. 1st and 10 for Dakota State. So Dakota State +1 on the turnover margin on the day. Great defensive play right there. So 1st and 10 for the Trojans. 10:52 left in this first half. They lead 14-6 at home. Devericks pistol formation. 3 receiver look, 2 on the bottom side. Handoff, Brody Fredrickson. Fredrickson makes the first man miss. Brody makes a couple guys miss and has a GSN Insurance first down as he's out to the 20-yard line. Boy, he shook one of the linebackers out of their shoes right around the line of scrimmage. And Brody was maybe a broken tackle away from seeing a huge gain. It is a first down as it's a gain of 13 on the play for Brody Fredrickson. And it's 1st and 10, a GSN Insurance first down, brought to you by GSN Insurance of Madison. No account is too big or too small. We like them all. 1st and 10, and a handoff, Fredrickson. Brody makes a man miss, is going to push his way forward close to the 25. Is going to be just short. Again, Brody Fredrickson. Of course, this is my first year of seeing Brody, but fans do know he rarely goes down on the first hit. Actually, brought a little bit of field off with him as he checks out. And coming in, number 26, Devontae Llewellyn out of Woolsey, South Dakota. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 here for Dakota State. Empty backfield. Devericks looking down the far sideline, has a man, Deshaun Keel, and Keel makes the catch, and he's out to the 40. Boy, Deshaun Keel all alone on that far sideline. Excuse me, that was Cooper McDermott. My mistake. Cooper McDermott out of Atlantic, Iowa makes the catch, and McDermott was wide open. Maybe a cover 2 look right there, but open down the sideline. McDermott makes the catch, both he and Deshaun Keel with pink spatting. It is the rushing for the cure game here, as it is a GSN Insurance first down. Here's going to be Llewellyn, who will put his head down and push forward for maybe a gain or 2 on the play. But again, some of the guys do have pink spatting. Safety Jordan Thomas also has a pink towel. So rushing for a cured game, and also 4-H day as well. So gain of 1, it's going to be 2nd down and 9. Trayshawn Roberts split out wide on this near side. I believe it's Alex Bolchi in the slot, McDermott on the top side. 2nd and 9 here for the Trojans. Have the ball out to their own 41-yard line. Devericks will hand it off. Fredrickson is going to be met right around the line of scrimmage, and a good tackle on the play right there. That was Paxton Miller junior from Savage,
Brody
Montana.
Frederickson for the carry.
And not much operating room there for Frederickson as he picks up maybe a yard on the play. He's going to bring it 4th down and 8. Boy, the middle of the field getting eaten up. Grass turning to dirt. And, that's Malik Jefferson, who was in the slot on the near side. Malik's going to go to the slot on the top side. 3rd and 8 here for the Dakota State offense, nearing 8 minutes to go in this second quarter as they lead 14-6 at Trojan Field. College football on a Sunday afternoon due to Mother Nature in the Midwest. Deverix drops back to pass. Here comes the heat. He avoids a sack initially, then gets brought down. Boy, it looked like there was a face mask on the play as Torin had his head yanked a little bit, but no argument from the Dakota State sideline. And a punt situation here, so good coverage on the backside by Dickinson State as Deverix is sacked for loss of about 5 on the play, and so the punt team comes on. Noah Guzzi doing the snapping. Cole McCarty does the short snapping after the Trojans lost their starting snapper he's been out since the first game. So Caleb Nielsen is on for the punts and has time, gets a little wobbler off. It's going to come to the near side and is going to roll out of bounds inside the 30. Brandon Singh was hoping to return that. Singh and Clute were both back, but Nielsen is able to punt the ball away from everyone, and it goes out of bounds inside the 30, down at about the 27-yard line. So not a bad punt there by Caleb Nielsen at all. Dickinson State will take over after turning the ball over their last drive as they were working into the red zone. 14-6, Dakota State leads, 7:12 left before intermission. Gibson will split out 2 receivers to the short side of the field on the near side. And joined in the background by Alec Lovegren. They'll swing it out to the near side. Catch is made by Fry as he's hit hard by Marcus Vandenbosch. Fry's going to pick up 3 or 4 on the play, and then Marcus and he with a few words to each other. Good catch from the slot there by Fry. Tiger Fry with Y's instead of I's. Parents must be Leonard Skinner fans. Here's Lovegren on the run, and he's going to be hit. Will spin forward for a gain of a couple on the play. Nice job by Alec Lovegren, again, freshman out of Sidney, Montana. Brings up 3rd down and a long 4 here for Dickinson State as Dakota State defensive players getting the crowd pumped up the sideline as well. And we're getting a little bit of noise here from this home crowd. 3rd and a long 4 for Dickinson State. Gibson in shotgun formation, 2 receivers near side, 1 on the top side. Gibson drops back to pass. Here comes the rush. Gibson looking to the sideline. It's picked off. It's picked off. It's going to be the second turnover. Cole McCarty, the linebacker, stepping in front of the Gibson pass. And Hayden Gibson, his 5th interception of the year. Good push up front. And Cole McCarty steps in front of the ball and intercepts it before going out of bounds. And so Dakota State +2 on the take give. And so it's going to be great field position for the Trojans offense as they come out 1st and 10 from the Dickinson State 45-yard line. Deverix, pistol formation with Frederickson behind him. Read option. And a handoff to Brody Frederickson, and Frederickson is wrestled down from behind. Good play up front there.
Brody Frederickson with the carry.
And let's see, trying to get the number. Yeah, Jeremy Poyer, 6'2", 290-pounder from Astoria, Oregon. Able to rip Frederickson down. Very rare instance where Brody does go down on the first hit, but Poyer with great speed down the line coming behind Frederickson, and so no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Deverix in shotgun formation, 3 receiver look. Torn drops back to pass, looking to the near sideline, and pass is incomplete. Josh Giles, the intended receiver, a little comeback route, and Giles could not hold on to the football. And so it is 3rd and 10, 5:27 left in the second quarter. 2 turnovers so far in this first half for Dickinson State. Both have been interceptions thrown by Gibson. And so now 3rd and 10 here for Dakota State. Two receivers top side, one on the near side. Pressure being shown by the Blue Hawks. They'll drop back. Doran steps up, and he's going to be dropped. Nowhere to go. Great coverage by Dickinson State and the defensive secondary. And so Torrin Devricks had nowhere to go with the football.
Timeout, Dickinson State.
And now we're going to get timeouts. So a loss of about 3 on the play brings up 4th and 13. And a timeout is on the field. 14-6, Dakota State leading Dickinson State with 5:11 left before halftime. Timeout is on the field. We'll pause as well. You're listening to Dakota State football on FM 103. Back after this 30-second break.
Stadium Sports Grill in downtown Madison wishes the Dakota State University Trojans good luck in their game. Enjoy 50-cent win Wednesdays of both traditional and boneless with several flavors to choose from 5 to 10. Plus 18 flat screen TVs, pool tables, and a full menu of great food and your favorite cold beverage on tap. Stadium Sports Grill in downtown Madison also has a breakfast menu on Saturdays and Sundays only from 11 to 2. Stadium Sports Grill in downtown Madison is a proud supporter of DSU athletics and wishes the Trojans good luck in their game.
Welcome back to Trojan Field and inside the Helena broadcast booth, Helena of Madison, the growers' choice in the area. 14-6 is our score, and it is time now for the sporty shout-out of the game. The current score, 14-6. Go to amazingmadison.com and enter the score for a chance to win a gift certificate to Sporty's Bar and Grill in Madison. Sporty's, downtown Madison. It is our sporty shout-out. 14-6 is the score. Caleb Nielsen is on to punt. Singh and Clute back deep. Good snap. Here comes the rush. Nearly blocked. Low line drive kick is going to be out of bounds, and Caleb Nielsen, not a far pump by any means. It is out right around the 24-yard line. That one was nearly blocked. And so Nielsen again getting the ball to the near sideline. 1st and 10. For Dickinson State, they've got time and 2 timeouts left. Both teams scored on their opening drive. In fact, Dickinson State had a nice return on the opening kickoff. And it went down and scored, missed the extra point, then back-to-back possessions to begin the game offensively for Dakota State with touchdowns. It's 14-6. Dickinson State 1st and 10 from their own 24. Gibson drops back to pass, little screen to the near side, and Andrews has room to run. Finally pushed out of bounds at about the 40. It is a GSN Insurance first down. Little naked screen to this near side to Andrews. Had one lineman out blocking, and it is indeed a GSN Insurance first down as Ahmed Andrews makes the catch, and he is out to the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. Second catch for Andrews in the contest and 6th of the season. Pistol, or is a shotgun formation here for Gibson. He'll hand it off to Andrews. Andrews slipped. Boy, did his knee not touch the ground? Boy, Ahmed Andrews slipped and fell to the ground. They said that his knee didn't touch, and he picks up a couple on the play. The Dakota State sideline wanted him to be down. Gain of 2, we'll make it a gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7. Looked like Andrews slipped in, had his knee touch at the 40, but our officials say otherwise, so play on. Ball on the near hash, and at the own 43 of Dickinson. Here comes pressure. Gibson with time. Over the middle, man is wide open. Fry, and is going to be pushed out of bounds in a GSN Insurance first down as he is down to the 38-yard line of Dickinson or Dakota State. And Fry just a little under route over the middle, wide open and underneath the secondary level of the zone defense for Dakota State. So Dickinson State on the move here with 4 minutes to go before halftime. 1st and 10 from the DSU 38. Handoff to Andrews. Andrews up the middle, slips, keeps his footing going, and pushes forward for a nice gain on the play. Boy, Ahmed Andrews brought 1 or 2 Dakota State players on a ride there, as he's down to the 33-yard line. Gain of about 5, 2nd and 5 here for Dickinson State. Again, they've got 2 timeouts, 3.5 left before intermission. Gibson, shotgun formation, play action, looking over the middle, has a man, it's picked off! It's picked off on an overthrow as we get a flag in late, and it's Sanford with his 2nd pick of the day as he brings it all the way back out to the 49-yard line. And a couple of players slow to get up. Hold the phone, though. There is a flag on the play. It was thrown in the offensive backfield. And the officials are going to talk things over. Dakota State reacting as if it is on them. And this may be a late hit against the quarterback. And it's going to be passing. What?
Personal foul, roughing the passer,
No,
number 94,
okay, roughing the
defense.
passer.
15-yard penalty, automatic, first
Dang,
down.
so negate the interception as a roughing the passer is called. And I didn't think that was malicious by any means. Gibson overthrew his intended receiver, but Dickinson State will catch a break. So instead of it being the third interception of the half, it's a first down for Dickinson State as they get the GSN Insurance first down and a visit to the Case IH Red Zone. For all your Case IH products, service, and equipment, head to Lake County International in Madison. Andrews on a run up the middle, makes a man miss. He's, nearly broke into the open field, and Ahmed Andrews feeling it late here in this first half as he picks up about 7 on the play. And boy, a huge penalty against Dakota State. Instead of them getting the ball out near the 50, Dickinson State able to keep their drive alive and back to gain of 6. So 2nd and 4 here for the Blue Hawks in the Case IH red zone. Handoff, Andrews up the middle, and he pushes his way forward before being pushed back. Close to a first down. It's going to be 3rd down and a long one here for the Blue Hawks, as they have the ball at the 9-yard line of Dakota State with the wind here in this second quarter. Handoff, Andrews. Andrews makes a man miss and makes a couple man miss. Oh, he took a licking and stayed on his feet, and that will be something to watch as it is the GSN Insurance first down. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line, but Ahmed Andrews on this drive has been able to absorb a couple of hits and stay on his feet. Be interested to see how much that happens in the second half, as looks like a heavy package is going to come in here for Dickinson State. Trevin Hopoff is on as a fullback. Pistol formation here for Gibson and the Blue Hawks. 1st and goal from the, we'll say, the 5-yard line. Andrews behind Gibson. Handoff, Andrews up the middle, room to run. And Andrews keeps his feet and is down to about the 1-yard line. And so it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1 here for Dickinson State. And thought there was an interception, the 3rd of the day for this Dakota State defense, but a roughing the passer call. I would like to see that play again, because there was it looked like an offensive lineman who was on the ground with Gibson. Anyway, so 2nd and goal around the 1-yard line here. Andrews deep in the backfield. Gibson, handoff, Andrews off the left side. He's going to be stacked up and will not get in. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 1, under a minute to play here in this second quarter. Dickinson State with 2 timeouts, but no need to use one right here. They'll continue to let the clock drain. In fact, maybe they're going to run the clock down and call a timeout. Everyone looking to the sideline. Dakota State fans making some noise. 3rd and goal from around the 1-yard line, maybe the 2. Going towards the east end zone. Gibson is now going to go under center. And now a timeout's going to be called by Dickinson State. So in the end, I think they had planned on running the clock down and taking the timeout. So 24 seconds left in this first half. Dakota State leading number 14 Dickinson State 14-6. Dickinson State with the football and knocking on the door. And now that we'll keep things here, by the way, as we clear. Yeah, okay, it's going to be about from the 2-yard line. Indeed, it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 2. And so the Dakota State defense will hope to stand once again. I'm curious if Dickinson State does not get into the end zone on this play, will they go for it or look for a field goal attempt? Dakota State defense has made plays on the goal line this season, as we know. So 3rd and goal from the 2. Ball is marked on the far hash and heading towards the east end zone here at Trojan Field. Andrews will be deep in the backfield. Gibson's going to go under center, I believe. Single receiver split out on the near side. 3rd and goal from the 2. Defense showing pressure. Man in motion. And it's a handoff to Andrews. He falls in the backfield and he's down. Andrews slipped in the backfield and is going to lose a yard or two. There was a great push up front. And the clock continues to wind down, and Dickinson State is going to call a timeout with a couple of seconds left. They will spend their 3rd and final timeout. And it's going to be a loss of 2 on the plate as
Dickinson
4th and
State,
goal
their final
from the 4.
half.
Andrews got the handoff. Gibson going under center for the first time in this one, and Andrews slipped. Again, between the hashes here at Trojan Field, and really primarily on the east side. And hold on, the timeout was called, and Dakota State should be allowed. Dickinson State brought their kicking team out, but Dakota State should be allowed to come and huddle on the near side, and indeed they will. So Coach Marshall out there telling the guys, all right, come on, guys, let's we can huddle here just because Dickinson State brought their kicking team out. So Dickinson State is going to go for a field goal, it seems. And right now, if you're Dakota State saying, let's stay home, don't get fooled by a potential fake. So Payne is on. Jeremiah Payne is on for the short field goal, or no, excuse me, is this Jace Johnson? No, it is Payne. This is going to be a 21-yard field goal from the left hash. There is the snap. The kick is up. The kick is good. And that will be halftime.
Field goal is good.
So Dakota State defense looked like they had an interception.
Going into halftime,
And then it was a roughing the passer call against the Trojan defense and extended out the drive. And in the end, Dakota State was able to stack things up on the goal line, and the field goal attempt up and good. So 2 quarters in the books here on this Sunday afternoon. A cold and chilly day here with an overcast sky. Game being pushed back 24 hours due to Mother Nature, and a good game going on here. 14-9, Dakota State leads Dickinson State at the break. And coming up, it is the Wilbur Ellis halftime report. We'll take a look at some of our stats from the first half. We'll also take a look inside Trojan athletics, see if we can spy a few other scores as well, maybe check in on the National Football League. But a solid first half for Dakota State. They lead 14-9 over 14th ranked Dickinson State. Let's step aside. Why don't we go for a 2-minute break? A 2-minute break. The Wilbur Ellis halftime report coming up next on FM 103.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in seed technology, as well as plant protection and nutrition. Wilbur Ellis, located in Chester, South Dakota, providing Asgrow and DeKalb brands, various field applications, and local plot data, can provide you with expert advice for your acres. Grow smart and reduce loss. Let Wilbur Ellis address your challenges. Contact your Wilbur Ellis representative at 489-2171. At Wilbur Ellis, they never stop looking ahead.
At Mustang Seeds, we're planting your future. To us, that means continuously refining our seed technologies to present the most desirable traits. But it also means doing business the way it all started 55 years ago. Strong seed from a third-generation family business. We guess you could say it's genetic. Mustang Seeds, planting your future. To find the perfect seed solutions for your operation, contact your local dealer or visit mustangseeds.com.
Heartland Consumers Power District would like to wish the Dakota State Trojans good luck this season. This is Casey Crabtree, Heartland's Director of Economic Development. I'm excited to work with businesses here in Madison to help them grow and thrive. If you're looking to expand your business or are in need of low-interest financing, give me a call at 256-6536. Heartland is proud to deliver reliable energy and services to the city of Madison. We believe in the power of forward thinking and want to be your trusted community partner and leader in our industry. Good luck, Trojans.
Great Western Bank is your local hometown bank and the nation's 8th largest ag lender. We offer sophisticated services from investments to cash management and the financial power for specialized lending without limits. Our focus on relationships means we get to know our customers and businesses. Great Western Bank provides our customers with the right financial tools and products for success, so you can be greater with Great Western Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Let's give them a round of applause.
It is time for the Wilbur Ellis halftime report, brought to you by Wilbur Ellis in Chester. Contact your local field experts today to help you grow smart, increase productivity, and reduce loss. Wilbur Ellis, where they never stop looking ahead. 14-9 is our score at the break here between Dickinson State, between Dakota State and Dickinson State. The Trojans leading the Blue Hawks by 5 as we take a look at some of our numbers from our first half. And well, I think the numbers do kind of represent how this game has gone. For Dickinson State, they had 9 first downs, 22 rushes for 59 yards and 118 yards through the air on 10 of 15 passes and 2 interceptions thrown. So 37 plays in the first half for Dickinson State, 177 yards. Meanwhile, 2 penalties for 25 yards against the Blue Hawks, and they did record 2 sacks in the first half. Hayden Gibson, 10 of 15 for 118 yards and 2 interceptions thrown. Favorite receivers was Tiger Fry, 4 catches and 51 yards. Ahmed Andrews, 2 catches for 24 yards. And running the football, Ahmed Andrews, 20 carries and 51 yards. Really came on in that last drive, did Andrews. Riley Linder with a carry for 6 yards. Alec Lovegren a carry for 2 yards. And defensively, Dylan Reiner leading the way with 4 total tackles. Lewis Dobbitz and Derek Van de Bosch also with 4 tackles in the first half for Dickinson State. For Dakota State, 8 first downs in the first half, 17 rushes for 87 yards, and 92 yards passing on 6 of 11. No interceptions thrown, and 1 touchdown thrown by Torin Devricks. 1 penalty, it was a big one, the late hit, or roughing the quarterback rather. 1 penalty for 15 yards. For Dakota State, Brody Fredrickson, 12 carries and 82 yards. Brenner Furlong carries 3 yards. Torin Devricks, 3 carries, 2 yards. Devricks, 6 of 11 for 92 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Roger Moore, the go-to guy, so to speak. He only had 2 catches, but 2 catches, 65 yards for Moore. 2 great catches at that. Cooper McDermott, 1 catch for 17 yards, and Giles, 1 catch for 5 yards. That was the touchdown catch, as Josh Giles has his second touchdown of the season. It was the 6th passing touchdown of the season for Torin Devricks. Devricks, again, the offensive player of the week for the North Star that past weekend, and playing fairly well here. Defensively, massive game from Wyatt Sanford. Sanford's got 9 total tackles, 3 solo. Also has an interception as well, nearly had 2. Cole McCarty with the big game. He's got 9 total tackles and an interception as well. So some fairly solid numbers, both offensively and defensively, really, for both teams. And it is 14-9 at the break. So I think the numbers do back up where this game is at. And certainly looking forward to the second half, as this is anyone's game. 5-point lead for Dakota State at the break. And the Trojans on the year when leading at halftime, they are 2-1. Number 14, Dickinson State on the road, traveling yesterday and having to deal with some slippery roads, but able to make it here. They stayed in Mitchell last night and then bussed over here this morning. And Dakota State enjoying home field advantage again. They are 3-0 at home and have scored all over 30 points in all 3 of the contests so far. But a cool day here today. Getting a little breakage of the clouds, but nonetheless cool and windy. Less than ideal situations. Some might be crazy and say it is football weather. Probably could use another 15 to 20 degrees. But the field now clear of snow, and in fact, a lot of the snow melting away, and I would suspect easily by midweek here this week, most of the snow will be gone after melting, and a lot of it has melted away here today already, even in the stands. When I came at 11 this morning, some of the JV players and some of the coaches were shoveling snow off the field, some of the grounds crew as well, and even into the stands. And yeah, a lot of the snow has already melted here, which is no surprise. Hoping maybe in the second half the clouds continue to part a little bit, we can get some sunshine, especially for all the fans. Fans bundled up, winter jackets, probably an extra layer of pants or two, snow pants, boots, gloves, hats, blankets, chairs, the whole works for fans here today. But so far, the home fans being treated to a lead at halftime, 14-9 is the score. Crash back at the studios. I'm Carl Hauser. This is the Wilbur Ellis Halftime Report. Trojan football 2019 looking for their fourth win of the fall before hitting the road back-to-back weekends. We've got road trips to Waldorf and Mayville State coming up these next two Saturdays. And, of course, Jammin' Country, FM 103, your home for DSU football. We'll step aside for another 2-minute break. It's a check-in with Dakota State Athletics coming up next. The Wilbur Ellis Halftime Report continues after this 2-minute hiatus.
Saturday night's leaving you hungry? Start your Sunday morning off with an all-you-can-eat buffet at the 2nd Street Diner in Madison. Every Sunday from 9 to 2, the 2nd Street Diner has a brunch buffet with something to please even the pickiest of eaters. So sleep in, then eat up every Sunday morning from 9 to 2 with the all-you-can-eat brunch buffet at 2nd Street Diner in Madison. Follow 2nd Street Diner on Facebook today.
2nd Street Diner.
When it comes to farm equipment, there's no such thing as an inexpensive repair, and there's no time for downtime. That's why it pays to contact F&M Co-op Oil and ask about the Cenex Total Protection Plan warranty. It gives you unsurpassed coverage with no deductible for up to 10 years or 10,000 hours. Plus, you'll be protecting your equipment with Cenex Premium Fuels and Lubricants. You can even get the Cenex Total Protection Plan for your used equipment. Contact F&M Co-op Oil in Madison, your certified Cenex distributor, today.
Did you know if you're a Community Center Madison member and you're looking for different hours other than the Community Center operation hours, you can buy a 24-hour Wellness Studio key fob for just $35. The Wellness Studio is located at Madison City Hall, 116 West Center Street on the 2nd floor. Work out on your own time. The studio offers cardio and weight machines along with a stretching area and dumbbells. The Community Center Madison wishes DSU Athletics the best of luck this season. Go Trojans! Stadium Sports Grill in downtown Madison wishes the Dakota State University Trojans good luck in their game. Enjoy 50-cent win Wednesdays, both traditional and boneless, with several flavors to choose from 5 to 10. Plus 18 flat-screen TVs, pool tables, and a full menu of great food and your favorite cold beverage on tap. Stadium Sports Grill in downtown Madison also has a breakfast menu on Saturdays and Sundays only from 11 to 2. Stadium Sports Grill in downtown Madison is a proud supporter of DSU Athletics and wishes the Trojans good luck in their game.
Welcome back to the Wilbur Ellis Halftime Reports. We welcome you inside the Helena broadcast booth once again. Helena of Madison, meeting the changing needs of area producers. Jim Crash Myers back at the studio. I'm Carl Hauser. Glad you've joined us here on FM 103 and AmazingMadison.com. 14-9. Dakota State leading Dickinson State. Little DSU on DSU crime here today, and it has been a very entertaining game thus far. Time now for a look at Trojan Athletics and Trojan Volleyball. They had the weekend off. Picked up a big victory last Wednesday night on the road, defeating Bellevue. Game in 5, and that was against a ranked Bellevue team. So Dakota State Volleyball, the Lady T's, they sit at 12-7 on the year, but 6-1 in North Star Athletic Association play. They will have a non-conference game coming up Tuesday evening. They will be at Mount Marty Tuesday night, and then next weekend, back-to-back road games. They'll play Valley City on Friday nights, and then Dickinson State on Saturday. And both of those games are on the road. Dakota State Volleyball 4-3 at home, 5-1 away, 3-3 on neutral courts, and it is the best start in conference play since joining the NSAA, and the Lady T's receiving votes in the latest coaches polls. So some good things happening, to say the least, with the Ladies T volleyball team. Now for cross country, Dakota State was in action yesterday, partaking at the Dort Invite. And the women placed 6th as a team. They were led by J.C. Christensen, a 21st place finish. Jada Anderson, 28th, and Ashley Robinson, 35th. The men, they placed 3rd overall. And senior Braden Kernow once again taking home 1st place, as he had a personal best and also the top time in DSU cross-country history for the men. A 24-minute, 46.83 winning time for Braden Kernow. And if I was a betting man, I would say that Kernow very likely once again to get the male runner of the week for North Star Athletic Association cross country. He has had a fantastic fall thus far. And again, the all-time best, as they have the DSU top 30. His name is all over it and broke his own record. Best time in DSU men's cross country history, 24 minutes, 46.83 seconds. Maxwell Cruz finished 6th. He had a top 30 time as well in DSU history. And then Alex Durr was 24th. So it's been a successful fall so far. Across the board, volleyball is doing well, cross country doing well, football also doing well. And again, they're looking for their 4th victory of the season. And a friendly reminder to join us Wednesday nights here for the Coach's Corner show. Starts at 7 o'clock on our sister station, Dakota's Best, AM 1390, chatting with DSU coaches as well as local and area coaches. An hour-long program with the Coach's Corner show, and we'll have another edition coming up Wednesday night starting at 7 o'clock. 14-9 is the score as we are here in the Wilbur Ellis halftime report. We'll step aside. Let's go another 2-minute break. When we come back, got a score from another NSAA game going on. Maybe take a look around the NFL and any other interesting things to talk about to bring up here in halftime. We will do that as well. 14-9 Dakota State over Dickinson State here at Trojan Field. It's Trojan football on Jammin' Country FM 103. Back after this 2-minute break.
At Mustang Seeds, we're planting your future. To us, that means continuously refining our seed technologies to present the most desirable traits. But it also means doing business the way it all started 55 years ago. Strong seed from a 3rd-generation family business. We guess you could say it's genetic. Mustang Seeds, planting your future. To find the perfect seed solutions for your operation, contact your local dealer or visit mustangseeds.com.
Heartland Consumers Power District would like to wish the Dakota State Trojans good luck this season. This is Casey Crabtree, Heartland's Director of Economic Development. I'm excited to work with businesses here in Madison to help them grow and thrive. If you're looking to expand your business or in need of low-interest financing, give me a call at 256-6536. Heartland is proud to deliver reliable energy and services to the city of Madison. We believe in the power of forward thinking and want to be your trusted community partner and leader in our industry. Good luck, Trojans.
Great Western Bank is your local hometown bank and the nation's 8th largest ag lender. We offer sophisticated services from investments to cash management and the financial power for specialized lending without limits. Our focus on relationships means we get to know our customers and businesses. Great Western Bank provides our customers with the right financial tools and products for success, so you can be greater with Great Western Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Saturday night's leaving you hungry? Start your Sunday morning off with an all-you-can-eat buffet at the 2nd Street Diner in Madison. Every Sunday from 9 to 2, the 2nd Street Diner has a brunch buffet with something to please even the pickiest of eaters. So sleep in, then eat up every Sunday morning from 9 to 2 with the all-you-can-eat brunch buffet at 2nd Street Diner in Madison. Follow 2nd Street Diner on Facebook today.
2nd Street Diner.
Welcome back to Trojan Field. Crash back at the studios. I'm Carl Hauser. Good Sunday afternoon wherever you may be joining us. Glad you have. Many different ways to enjoy Trojan football on the dial at FM 103. Online at AmazingMadison.com. Can also download the free iHeart app and add us as a skill on Alexa. So again, many different ways to enjoy Dakota State football. Looking forward to the winter as well. Going to be bringing you some Dakota State basketball, both men's and women's. One other game going on. Again, all of the North Star Athletic Association games were pushed back here to today. And a game that's coming up later, Valley City State and Presentation. That's a 3 o'clock kickoff, so that's coming up in 40 minutes. And another game at halftime in the conference, Waldorf all over Mayville State, 35-0 is the score there. So oofda. It is all Waldorf at the break, and
Dakota State will
be matching
receive
up with
and
Waldorf
defend the
next
west goal to start
Saturday
the second half.
Afternoon. That will also be a 2 o'clock kickoff next Saturday as well. Then that's on the 19th. The 26th, we will be at Mayville State with a 3 o'clock kickoff. Then back for the final regular season home game, seeing Valley City State for the second time on the season. Senior Day. That's going to be a 4 o'clock kickoff on November 2nd. Then wrapping up the regular season on the 9th of November at Presentation College. That is a 1 o'clock kickoff. Today, it is Russian for a Cure game. Of course, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Also 4-H Day as well. Both teams back out on the field and getting warmed up. The sun's starting to fight the clouds a little bit, but still mostly cloudy. Checking in with the NFL, of course, it is Sunday, so it feels a little strange having DSU football here on this Sunday, but stranger things have happened. All smiles so far at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Late in the third quarter, Minnesota leading Philadelphia 31-20. Kirk Cousins just getting a touchdown pass to Stephon Diggs. Other scores, let's see here. Kansas City leading Houston 24-23. Apparently my phone doesn't want to show me any other scores, so hold on just a second.
Department and the Trojan Athletic Club will be hosting the 5th annual Wild
Yeah, 24-23 is the advantage. Kansas City leading Houston. Baltimore leads Cincinnati 20-10. Seattle leading Cleveland 25-20. Saints and Jags, that is 12-6. Washington leading Miami 17-3. Some other games coming up later on today. Got Dallas at the New York Giants. Sunday Night Football, Los Angeles Clippers hosting Pittsburgh. And Monday night game tomorrow night, NFC North clash. Green Bay hosting Detroit. Boy, big day for Stephon Diggs. Diggs has 3 touchdowns on the day for the Minnesota Vikings. That was the Wilbur Ellis halftime report. Wilbur Ellis specializing in dry and liquid fertilizers, DeKalb and Asgrow seeds, and custom application of fertilizers. Contact them today at 489-2171. Wilbur Ellis, where they never stop looking ahead. Crash back at the studios. I'm Carl Hauser. It's Dakota State football here on Jammin' Country FM 103, and getting ready for our second half. Dickinson State will kick off right to left or towards the west end zone. And so the wind will be at the back of Dakota State here in this third quarter as the Trojans lead 14-9 here over the Blue Hawks. And a kickoff upcoming on here to kick off, Jeremiah Payne. Payne doing the kicking duties here today for the visiting Blue Hawks. And a fun, long-time announcer, as Payne will squibber to the near side. Going to be taken by an up man and will be fall down right away. Heads up play right there. And falling on top of it was Nico Ferroni. So decent field position. The Trojans will have it 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Rod Kleingen, long time play-by-play guy for Dickinson State football. Of course, knew Rod from my days up in North Dakota. Great guy. Chatted with him when I arrived. Rod's been doing it for a long time for both Dickinson State as well as Dickinson High School. Anyway, 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Pistol formation for Torrin Devricks. Devricks drops back to pass, now flushed out near side, has nothing going. We'll throw it out of bounds as we get a flag in the backfield, likely to be holding against the Trojans. And there was no one open. They had 3 deep routes going. And there were a couple of linebackers in pursuit. It was Kevin Brown who laid a lick on Devricks. And so it is going to be a hold against Dakota State.
It's against you. Holding, number 74, offense.
And that is going to be
10-yard penalty, still first
Brandon
down.
Schmidt called for the 10-yard penalty. So it's going to mark the ball back at the 21-yard line. So it's going to be first and 20. First and 20 here for Dakota State. They'll split out Deshaun Keel on the near side. Roger Moore in the slot on the top side. Devricks in the backfield with Fredrickson. Brody Fredrickson 156 yards away from setting the school record. And a carry here by Fredrickson. He has met at the line of scrimmage a host of Dickinson State players, and leading the charge there.
Brody Fredrickson for no
Well, it's
gain.
number 4. Number 4 in the program is Nick Miller, listed as a wide receiver. But Miller in at linebacker here apparently for Dickinson State. So no gain on the play. Second down and 20 as the sun is out at the moment. 3 receiver look here for the Trojans. 2 on the top side, 1 on the near side. Ball does favor the far hash. Devricks drops back to pass. Here comes the rush, looking to go deep near side, looking for Deshaun Keel. And Keel fighting for the football there with Lewis Dobitz, and pass is incomplete. It's going to bring up third down and 20 here for the Trojans. Little one-on-one matchup on the outside. Dobitz step for step with Keel. And so third and long here for Dakota State. Well, oddly enough, one of those games, can't say DSU, both Dickinson State, Dakota State, DSUs. Your minute gone by in this third quarter, opening possession of the second half as the Trojans lead by 5. Devricks dropping back to pass. Looking deep down the far sideline for Trayshawn Roberts. Pass is incomplete. Roberts, the intended receiver, and a couple of incomplete passes. And a big hold call, and so the punt team will come out here for Dakota State. And Isaiah Clute, freshman from Hettinger, North Dakota. Hettinger Scranton, one of my favorite nicknames, the Nighthawks. So Clute back deep. He's going to be standing right around his own 36-yard line. Caleb Nielsen is on to punt. Ooh, looks like Dickinson State's going to come all out. Nielsen, decent punt to the near side. It is going to drop inside the 30. Nice punt from Caleb Nielsen as he got that one to turn over. And it's out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. So all in all, not a bad punt at all by Caleb Nielsen as he gets a couple of high fives coming off of the field. So Nielsen, there was a little bit of pressure coming, but good blocking up front. Dickinson State now, they scored a field goal on their last drive of that first half that did end the half. They come out for the first time here in this second half, 13:57 to go, third quarter. So minute gone by on that possession by the Trojans. Gibson in pistol formation. Andrews behind him. He'll hand off. Andrews, big hole right side, and he's going to be near a GSN Insurance first down. And Ahmed Andrews stays on his feet and ends up picking an extra 4 or 5 yards. Boy, poor tackling right there by the Trojans, and indeed it is a GSN Insurance first down. Ahmed Andrews running hard there, and he really came on in that second quarter running the football. As Carson Lindblad comes sprinting on here late. Gibson will swing it out, quick hitter, and gain of 1 or 2 on the play. Nice rally to the football defensively by the Trojans. Marcus Vandenbosch was there on the play. Boy, Carson Lindblad came on sprinting late, able to get on the field just before the ball was snapped. Tell you what, this sideline on the near side, just straight mud off the field. Of course, Madison High School played here on Friday nights. Snow was on the field then. So 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard gain on the quick hitter on the pass. Gibson drops the football and loops it over to the far side. Boy, are they going to call that a catch? Boy, that looked like it bounced off the field. Wow. That ball looked like it hopped into the hands of the receiver. They call it a catch. And it's going to be 3rd and about 1. Huh. Gibson dropped the snap initially, then got it. Ferroni was coming on the blitz. And it is going to be 3rd and short. Now, not much argument from the Dakota State sideline. Riley Yonke being attended to on the sideline on the near side for the Trojans. So 3rd and short, Gibson hands it off to Andrews. Andrews up the middle, has a first down and then some as he is into Trojan territory down at the 41-yard line. And so a GSN Insurance first down, and Dickinson State on the move. Ahmed Andrews, impressive here today. He's had to work for the yards, but he's been working hard. So Dickinson State on the move, 1st and 10 from the Trojan 41-yard line. Shotgun formation for Gibson, 2-back look. He'll hand it off, a little run up the middle, gain of a couple on the play, maybe more than a couple. As a massive humanity, and on the carry there was Ryan Linder. Linder picks up about 4. Are they going to give him 5? No, 4 yards. 2nd and 6 here for the Blue Hawks as they move towards the west end zone. Under 12 to go, 3rd quarter. Still a lot of time left. Linder checks out. Andrews checks back in for Dickinson State. McCarville will split it on the near side. It is Lee and Fry on the top side. Ball in the middle of the field, 2nd and 6. Tight end in motion left to right. Andrews in the backfield, Gibson, and it's going to be a little we're not even going to play. Whistles come in, and it's going to be a false start against Dickinson State, I do believe. Was a screen to the left side for Andrews.
False start,
and
number 19,
a false start
offense.
against Dickinson
5-yard penalty,
State, so it's going to be second down. 11. Now Gibson chatting with the official there, but his protest went unheard or ignored. 2nd and 11 now for the Blue Hawks after the 5-yard penalty. 3 on the top side, 1 on the near side. Gibson will drop back to pass. No handoff, nowhere to go. Wallenstein in on the tackle, and as soon as Andrews got the handoff, there was Braden Wallenstein, and miscommunication up front by the offensive line for Dickinson State. Boy, not sure what happened there, but Andrews, as soon as he got the ball on the handoff, was met by Braden Wallenstein. So great penetration by the Dakota State defense. It is third and 13 for Dickinson State. Empty backfield for Gibson. 5 receiver look. Gibson drops back to pass. Oh, he loses the football. It's loose on the ground, and the Trojans have it. John Trout forces the fumble. Are they going to say it's a pass? Did they say that was a pass? Oh, my goodness. They're going to say it's an incomplete pass? Are you kidding me? Hayden Gibson got hit from behind by John Trout, and they say it was an incomplete pass. Oh, my goodness. I don't know about that. As Payne is on for the punt, they said it was an incomplete pass. Gibson got hit hard, blindsided by Trout, and so it's going to be a punt instead of a fumble. Payne will punt it away, and Thomas is back deep. He will not catch this one, and it's going to take a Dakota State bounce back out to the 16-yard line. Well, not a lot of argument from the Dakota State side. I thought it was a fumble through and through. Wallenstein had fallen on top of it, but they said it was an incomplete pass. So it's going to be Dakota State football, 10:23 left in this third quarter. And it is 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Ball will be on the near hash here for the Trojans. Devricks leads the team out. Both teams punting the ball away on their first possessions of this second half. Just a mud pit here on this near sideline. 1st and 10. Fredericks in the backfield. He'll get a handoff, and Brody picks his way up. Oh, nice play as he's up over the 20 to the 25-yard line and near a GSN Insurance first down as Brody Frederickson inches closer to the century mark. Couple of linebackers in on the tackle, Kevin Brown as well as Nick Miller. And it is the GSN Insurance first down, brought to you by GSN Insurance of Madison. No account is too big or too small. We like them all. So, 1st and 10, ball now up to the 27-yard line. So it was a first down. And now Devericks will have Fredrickson go behind him in pistol formation, 2 receivers topside. Hand off, Brody Fredrickson off the left side, turns the corner. He's going to pick up a couple on the play as he shuffles out of bounds. Able to turn the corner, but did just pick up a few yards on the play. Burst of speed there from Brody Fredrickson. 15 carries, 95 yards for Fredrickson in the contest. Dakota State hoping for a drive here. Boy, a lengthy drive would be just what the doctor ordered for the Trojans. 2 receivers now split near side, 1 on the top side, more in the slot. And it's going to be a handoff to Fredrickson. Brody goes off left tackle, and not a whole lot of room to work with. Picks up a few on the play. He's going to bring up 3rd down. Now, 3rd down, either a long 5 or a short 6. But a 3rd down nonetheless. Ball marked on the far hash. Dakota State, they've moved the football. But outside of those 2 drives, they've only been able to pick up, their first 2 drives of the game, they've been able to pick up a couple first downs, but haven't been sustaining drives. We'll say 3rd and 6, shotgun formation for Devericks, drops back to pass. Here comes the rush, gets it out, and it's off the hands of Deshaun Keel. Little slant route. Devericks is hit as he goes down.
Incomplete pass.
So incomplete pass, kind of a sidearm throw there by Devericks as the blitz was on for the Hawks, and it is going to be 4th down. So a first down picked up, but that is all. And so a punt situation here as Caleb Nielsen is on once again. Blue Hawks will send 2 guys back deep. The snap low, but he picks it up. And a wobbly kick is going to be taken by Kloot. Kloot makes the first man miss, then slips. Nico Ferroni was there on coverage, as well as Marcus Vandenbosch, and Kloot got it up to the 41-yard line. So return of about 6 on the play. Caleb Nielsen had to scoop the ball up off the ground. So pretty good field position here for Dickinson State. They picked up a couple of first downs before stalling out. And I thought there was a fumble on that last drive by the Blue Hawks. The officials said otherwise. So Hayden Gibson brings this team back out on the field. 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line, moving right to left in this 3rd quarter. DSU leads by 5. Dakota State leads by 5, 14-9. And a first down run on first down, or at least close to a GSN Insurance first down run there by Alec Lovegren. And indeed it is a GSN Insurance first down. Ball is marked at the Dakota State 49-yard line. Riley Yonke checking back in. Carson Lindblad coming out. 1st and 10 for the Blue Hawks in enemy territory. Gibson pistol formation, handoff Lovegren. Lovegren tries to cut back, and he is swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Perhaps a loss of 1 on the play. Yonke was in, as well as Connor Tordson. And so it's going to be 2nd and 11, ball marked back at the 50-yard line. 7:40 and counting left, 3rd quarter. Again, 14-9, Dakota State with the lead. Boy, need a big defensive stand. You know, they've gotten a lot of turnovers this season, plus 11 on the year. Don't think they've gotten a defensive touchdown yet. 2nd and 11 here for Dickinson State. Gibson drops back to pass. Here comes pressure. Looking over the middle. Has his man Fry. Fry makes a man miss, and he's off to the races, and it's going to be a 50-yard touchdown pass for Dickinson State's safety for the Trojans. Slipped on the play, and Tiger Fry will go in for the touchdown. And looks like Dickinson State will go for 2 as they are back up. And pressure was on, could not get to Gibson. And a 50-yard touchdown pass from Gibson to Fry. And Dickinson State will go for 2. Now leading 15-14. Andrews back deep in the backfield. 3 receiver look on the top side. Gibson looking to the far corner, wide open is Jarrett Lee, and miscommunication there by the Trojans defensively. And the two-point conversion is good. 7:09 left in this third quarter. It's now Dickinson State 17 and Dakota State 14. We'll step aside for a 30-second break. You're listening to Trojan Football on FM 103.
When it comes to farm equipment, there's no such thing as an inexpensive repair, and there's no time for downtime. That's why it pays to contact F&M Co-op Oil and ask about the Cenex Total Protection Plan warranty. It gives you unsurpassed coverage with no deductible for up to 10 years or 10,000 hours. Plus, you'll be protecting your equipment with Cenex Premium Fuels and Lubricants. You can even get the Cenex Total Protection Plan for your used equipment. Contact F&M Co-op Oil in Madison, your certified Cenex distributor, today.
Welcome back to Trojan Field and inside the Helena broadcast booth. Crash back at the studios. I'm Carl Hauser. Dickinson State with their first lead since their first touchdown of the game. It is 17-14 in favor of the Blue Hawks. They have scored 11 unanswered, a field goal at the end of the first half, then that 50-yard touchdown pass, and Tiger Fry able to elude a tackler and then sped off to the far corner. Little squib kick here on the kickoff, and it is going to be fell upon at around the 34-yard line by the Trojans. I believe that was Nico Ferroni once again falling on top of it. So time for Dakota State to answer. And they've picked up first downs, but just have not been able to put together first downs. Could use a big play here on this drive. So Torrin Devricks, Brody Fredrickson in the backfield. Fredrickson inching closer to that all-time school record in rush yards. And inching closer to another 100-yard game here this season. 1st and 10 from the 34 here for Dakota State. Devricks drops back to pass, flings it out to Fredrickson on the far side. Brody makes the catch and will shuffle out of bounds, tripped up as he was moving out of bounds. Short gain on the play, about a gain of 5 actually. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 5 as Fredrickson gets out to the 44-yard line. Brody on a simple swing pass, and I believe that was the design of the play. Fredrickson safety valve, but Torrin Devricks a look down field once, twice, or 1-2 count, and then flipped it out to Fredrickson. So 2nd and 5 here for the Trojans. Ball marked on the far hash as the Trojans move towards the east end zone, left to right as we see it here. And Brody Fredrickson picking his way, picks up a couple on the play and is going to bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Gain of 3 brings up 3rd and 2 here for Dakota State as they have the ball at their own 42-yard line. Ball remains on the far hash. 2 receivers split on the near sides. 1 on the top side, and it is going to be Devricks in shotgun formation with Fredrickson to his left. Giese, the tight end, off right tackle. Pressure being shown by the Blue Hawks. And here it comes. Devricks swinging it out, and it is going to be picked off, nearly picked off, as the intended receiver was Jacob Hirsch, and Reese Hohers, the linebacker, showing that he came up with the football, but it did bounce, and so an out route there looking for Hirsch, incomplete, and it's going to be a punt situation, so 3 and out for the Dakota State offense. 5:58 left, 3rd quarter, 17-14 is the advantage for Dickinson State as Caleb Nielsen is on to punt once again. Snap is there. It's a good one. Here comes the rush. Nielsen, ooh, picture-perfect punt. But this one's going to hit at the 5-yard line and roll into the end zone. Man, a solid punt from Caleb Nielsen, but couldn't angle it towards the sideline. Booming punt right there, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Dickinson State. So the Blue Hawks, who scored a long touchdown on their last offensive possession, will come out. Indeed, 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line. Ball's going to be marked on the near hash. Surprised it's not marked in the middle of the field. 17-14, Dickinson State leading. It's Trojan football here on Jammin' Country, FM 103. 15 before the hour. Gibson with Andrews behind him. Hayden Gibson, 13 of 19, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Andrews high-stepping his way, keeps his feet going as he picks up about 5 on the play. And Wyatt Sanford chatting with our back judge about something. Comment from the crowd as well. So 2nd and 5 here for Dickinson. Gibson with Andrews behind him. Single receiver, no, 2 receivers on the top side. Gibson turns and hands. Andrews up the middle and able to make a couple men miss as he has a first down, a little bit more. And Ahmed Andrews has a GSN Insurance first down, in Dakota State having some issues tackling right now. And Sam Kroenke will check back in. Connor Tordson gets a breather. But a first down out to the 35-yard line for Dickinson State. So Ahmed Andrews is nearing the 100-yard mark here. Two-back look here with the fullback in motion from right to left. Gibson hands it off Lovegren. Lovegren off left side, nearly got away from John Trout, but could not pick up of 2 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 8 here for Dickinson State. A lot of mud in between the hashes. More beat up on the east side of the 50 than the west. So 2nd and 8 here for Dickinson. 4:20 counting left, 3rd quarter as they lead by 3. Gibson pistol formation. Lovegren behind him. 2 receivers near side, 1 on the top side. Play action. And Gibson with all sorts of time. He's got 2 guys deep, and it's going to be completed. Yes. Completed down to the 20-yard line, and Dickinson had 2 receivers basically holding hands, and Connor McCarville comes up with it, and this Dakota State defense is tired as there was absolutely no pressure on Gibson right there, and he completes the ball down to the, they mark him down at the 18. It's a GSN Insurance first down and a visit inside the Case IH red zone. Want equipment that's both powerful and efficient? It's available only in red at your Case IH dealer, Lake County International. And the momentum pendulum firmly on the Dickinson State side here. Fry in motion to the backfield. They'll play action to him. Looking to go deep to a wheel route. Catch is made, and it's a touchdown. And Dakota State's defense is tired. Lovegren on a real wheel route out of the backfield. And an 18-yard touchdown pass from Gibson to Lovegren. And it's now 23-14 with 3:28 left in this 3rd quarter. Extra point pending. And a couple of tough series defensively here for Dakota State. Again, they look tired as Jeremiah Payne is on for the extra points. Snap is there, the spot, the kick is on the way. Looks good, and it is good. All of a sudden, it is all Dickinson State with 3:28 left in this 3rd quarter. 24-14, the visitors with the advantage as they have scored 18 unanswered to take the 10-point lead. Timeout is on the field. We'll pause as well. It's Dakota State football on FM 103. Back after this 30-second break.
Did you know if you're a Community Center Madison member and you're looking for different hours other than the Community Center operation hours, you can buy a 24-hour Wellness Studio key fob for just $35. The Wellness Studio is located at Madison City Hall, 116 West Center Street on the 2nd floor. Work out on your own time. The studio offers cardio and weight machines along with a stretching area and dumbbells. The Community Center in Madison wishes DSU Athletics the best of luck this season. Go Trojans!
Welcome back to Trojan Field. Jim Crashmeyer's back at the studios. I'm Carl Hauser. Dickinson State has scored on their last 2 offensive possessions. They're going 80 yards, and the big play was the Hayden Gibson pass to Connor McCarville for 45 yards. And again, Dakota State defense looks tired. A couple of chances to make plays on the football, and they just have not been able to do so. And so 14th ranked Dickinson State now in control of this one, and they're going to kick the football out of bounds on the far side. No, it's going to be Justin Folkers returning it. Folkers grabbed it, laid the shoulder, and picks up a couple on the return as the kick was to the far sideline. But the Blue Hawks have taken a firm hold of this contest, and the Dakota State offense needs to pick up some first downs. They need a long drive here to give the defense a rest. 3:27 left in this third quarter. 24-14 is the Blue Hawks' advantage. Meanwhile, Waldorf leading Mayville State 42-0. Dakota State on the road next Saturday at Waldorf. Torrin Devericks will hand off. Brody Fredrickson. Fredrickson up the middle and gets over the 35-yard line, close to around the 37, as the drive begins from the 33. Pickup of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 for the Trojan offense. Brody Fredrickson over the 100-yard mark for the 5th time in 6 games this season. Devericks pistol formation. Hands it off Fredrickson. Fredrickson able to push forward and takes 1 or 2 Blue Hawk players with him.
Fredrickson with the carry.
Jade Rice, one of the Blue Hawks players there. Pickup of about 3 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd and 2. They need to get the ball out to the 43-yard line of Dickinson. Big play here, 3rd and 2 for Dakota State as they trail by 10. And here comes the blitz, and Brody Fredrickson broke the first tackle, could not get past the wall of the second line, and 4th down. And Dakota State, I think, is going to keep the offense out on the field, knowing that they need to move this football. Well, big play right here. It's going to be 4th and 2, and Torrin Devericks is going to keep it himself, and Devericks is going to push forward. He's going to be short. Needed 2 yards, got 1.5 maybe. And it is going to be Blue Hawks football as they went with the quarterback keeper. And there will be no measurement, and the Dickinson State sideline is pumped up. And Torrin Devericks is questioning the spot of the football. Devericks thought that he pushed forward. And now the officials aren't even going to measure. I would at least think that they would measure the football, but they say no. And so it is going to be Dickinson State football with 1:56 left in this third quarter. And the Dakota State offense has stalled out, and it has been a tough second half for the Trojans offensively. And now Dickinson State's likely going to go for a jugular shot here, I would expect, as they have it 1st and 10 from the Dakota State 41-yard line. So, boy, they didn't even give Devericks a yard on that play. I thought he got a yard, if not more. So ends up being 2 yards short. And we have a new quarterback as well. We'll talk about that in a second. Marcus Vandenbosch on the blitz, and it's going to be a quarterback run to the far side. This is Cooper Ray, senior quarterback from Glendale, Arizona, coming in. And Ray's going to take it himself. Vandenbosch came in on the blitz and broke contain on the far side. So Cooper Ray is in. Not sure if Gibson's shaken up or anything. But it's going to be a gain of 8, so 2nd down and 2, play action. Dickinson State looking to go long, has a man, and passes incomplete. Battle for it on the outside, and the Blue Hawks wanted a flag thrown, but they aren't going to get it. Noah Guzzi was in on coverage there on the far side, brings up 3rd and 2. And backup quarterback is in here for Dickinson State, perhaps giving Gibson a breather. And it is 3rd and 2 here for the Blue Hawks. Need to get down to the 31-yard line of Dakota State. Ray, handoff left side, and it's going to be a 1st down for Dickinson State. And refusing to go down on the play is Derek Tabor. Oh, did he lose the football? The ball is loose. It doesn't matter. Dickinson State came up with it. Now, Tabor's momentum was stopped on the play. It is a GSN Insurance 1st down for the Blue Hawks. Ended up being Tiger Fry that came up with the football, but play had been blown dead as Andrews checks back into the game. Here comes Gibson as well. So Cooper Ray comes in for a couple of snaps for the Blue Hawks. And now Hayden Gibson back in 1st and 10. For Dickinson State at the Trojan 28-yard line. Ball in the near hash, under a minute to go in this third quarter. And Gibson with Andrews to his left. 2 receivers split to the near side, which is the short side of the field. Handoff Andrews. Andrews makes the first man miss. Can't make the second wave of guys miss. Does pick up a couple on the play. And that may be the final play of the third quarter, and the way that Dickinson State is walking that, well, hold on. Do we have a timeout?
Timeout, Dakota State.
No, Dakota State does call a timeout with 22 seconds left in this third quarter.
The Dakota State University Trojan cross.
So a gain of 1 on the play will keep things here. Dickinson State was walking off the field ready to let the clock run down, and Dakota State elected to call a timeout. But field goal at the end of the first half made it 14-9. Dakota State had the advantage, but then 2 touchdowns here in the third quarter for Dickinson State on back-to-back drives. And Dakota State has only been able to pick up a pair of first downs in this third quarter. They have not been able to sustain drives ever since their first 2 drives of the game, and very much Dickinson State in control up 10. And if they are able to find the end zone on this drive, it's going to be a very, very tough hill to
Please
navigate.
set the game clock to 25 seconds. 25.
Carson Lindblad,
thank you,
leading tackler on this team, on the sideline here for Dakota State. As it is 2nd and 8 for the Blue Hawks. They are going into the wind. 3 receiver look, 1 on the near side, 2 on the top side. Now Fry in motion from right to left. They fake it to him. And Gibson with all sorts of time. He comes to Fry on the near side, and Fry has room to run. He'll step out of bounds. Oh, we're going to get a late, we're going to get a late hit against Dickinson State. Ahmed Andrews blindsided Sakamoto Ryan. And now we get a couple of, we're going to get another flag on Dickinson State. Wow. A late hit and then another flag as a Dickinson State player came over and started pointing at an official. And obviously words that my mother will not let me say on the radio had to have been said. So we're going to get a pair of unsportsmanlike plays against Dickinson State. And I believe these do stack on top of each other. If it is the case, it's going to bring the ball well back. But, boy, someone for Dickinson State came over and started jawing with one of the officials on the near side as a couple of Dickinson State players were restraining that player. I'm not sure who exactly it was. And Ahmed Andrews came in well late. It was a nice job by Fry, able to pick up yards. Then he stepped out of bounds, and then a late hit came in, and then an unsportsmanlike conduct. So the officials are chatting things over. In fact, the line judge, he threw his flag, and then he had to throw his hat. And let's get the call here.
The result of the play is a first down.
So it is
After
a first
the
down.
play, there are 2 fouls: dead ball, personal foul, late hit, number 3, offense.
Late hit.
Also, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 75,
Yeah,
offense.
number 75.
Both penalties will be enforced 30 yards
So
from the end of the play.
it's going to be a first down, but then
That is
30
number
yards of
75's
penalties, and it was
first.
one of the offensive
That
linemen,
is number
Tobin
75's
O'Brien,
first
who was
unsportsmanlike
called
foul
for
of
the
game.
unsportsmanlike. So it was a GSN Insurance first down, but now they're going to mark off 30 yards on penalties, and that, to me, that is just ridiculous. You already had a late hit, and then you go above and beyond and make a comment towards an official. So 30 yards is going to be marked off here. It is going to be first down for Dickinson State, but you got to keep your head on your shoulders and stuff like that. And we'll see. And ball is going to be marked all the way back to the 48-yard line. So count the first down. So it was a GSN Insurance first down on the swing out to Fry, but then a late hit on Andrews, and then an unsportsmanlike conduct on Dickinson State as well. So 30 yards and penalties. Now I'm wondering if the Dickinson State sideline isn't, well, now we've got some discussion amongst the officials, but yeah, you got to let cooler heads prevail. Dickinson State is leading 24-14. Get 18 seconds left in this third quarter, and one of the O-linemen just came unhinged there for the Blue Hawks.
The dead ball fouls occurred before the line of scrimmage was set. It is 1st and 10.
Yeah, it was a first down. They were both after the play had happened. Again, Fry stepped out of bounds, and then Andrews came in late and hit Sakamoto Ryan, and then the offensive lineman came in to have his say. And so it is 1st and 10 at the Dakota State's 48-yard line. And now we're getting even more discussion. And they're going to let the clock run down. So that's why everyone was standing around. Dakota State had called a timeout before the prior play. Clock runs down here, 3 in the books, and Dickinson State with the advantage here, 24-14 over Dakota State in this North Star Athletic Association clash. We head to the fourth quarter here at Trojan Field. It is the Blue Hawks by 10. We'll step aside for a 30-second break on FM 103.
Stadium Sports Grill in downtown Madison wishes the Dakota State University Trojans good luck in their game. Enjoy 50-cent win Wednesdays, both traditional and boneless, with several flavors to choose from 5 to 10. Plus 18 flat-screen TVs, pool tables, and a full menu of great food and your favorite cold beverage on tap. Stadium Sports Grill in downtown Madison also has a breakfast menu on Saturdays and Sundays only from 11 to 2. Stadium Sports Grill in downtown Madison is a proud supporter of DSU athletics and wishes the Trojans good luck in their game.
Welcome back to Trojan Field. Crash back at the studios. I'm Carl Hauser. A first down for Dickinson State, and then 30 yards in penalties as the ball is back to the 48-yard line of Dakota State. So, it would have been 1st and 10 at the 18. Instead, it's 1st and 10 from the 48. Gibson will hand it off and a run up the middle, and no gain on the play. That was Lovegren on the carry. Good penetration there by Dakota State. 2nd down and 10. Ahmed Andrews will check back into the game, and, it is what it is. On those 2 15-yard penalties, we'll let Dickinson State coaches handle that. So 2 receivers split to the near side here for the Blue Hawks. Ball favoring the far hash. Andrews behind Gibson. Gibson directing traffic and perhaps changing up the play. Who knows? 2nd and 10. And play action. Looking to the slot. Catch is made. 1st down as a flag comes in. And flag is in coming from the near line judge. And this one may be coming back. Well, we'll wait and see. The flag was thrown almost right after the snap. Perhaps it was offsides against the defense. And the way that Hayden Gibson is reacting, I don't think it is against Dakota State. Catch was made, by the way. That was a nice pass in the slot to Connor McCarville. McCarville, he's had a nice day here, as he has 2 catches for 60 yards. Tiger Fry, 6 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown.
Ineligible receiver downfield, number 84, offense.
Illegal receiver downfield. That was the tight end. So the tight end was covered up. Okay. Yeah, Ty Norby was covered up by the out receiver and then went out for a pass route. And so it is going to be a 5-yard penalty. That negates the GSN Insurance 1st down. And instead it's going to be 2nd and 15 for Dickinson State. Some light self-inflicted wounds, but the Blue Hawks do lead here nearing a minute gone by in this 4th quarter, 24-14 the score. Hand off to Andrews. Andrews trying the left side and is going to get back to the original line of scrimmage as he is brought down by a host of Trojan players. Pickup of 5 there for Andrews. Hard running off the right side. John Trout was in on the tackle. Couple other DSU players as well. Trout will now check out, as well as Kroenke. So 3rd and 10 here for Dickinson State. They will split 2 receivers on the top side. Jarrett Lee, the lone receiver on this near side. 3rd and 10, ball back at the original line of scrimmage, the 48 of Dakota State. Gibson, shotgun formation, has it, drops back, wants to go deep down the near sideline, and it's going to be overthrown. Guzzi step for step with Lee, and Gibson leading his receiver just a bit too far. And so the punt team will come out here. Dickinson State more than happy to play field position with Dakota State's 13:25 left in regulation. Dickinson State with the 24-14 lead. Jose Sanchez will be back deep. He's going to stand at about the 15-yard line. And once again, Jeremiah Payne on to punt. Payne has had some good punts here today. Here comes the rush. Payne's end-over-end punt's going to take a Dakota State bounce. Oh, Sanchez muffs the punt. Oh, my goodness. No idea what Jose Sanchez was thinking right there, and the Blue Hawks have it 1st and goal. That is a tough decision by Jose Sanchez. It was taking a bounce and looked like it was going to go into the end zone. And Sanchez tried to make a play, and it's going to be a muffed punt. And the Blue Hawks have it 1st and goal from about the 7-yard line. That is going to be a tough one to swallow for Dakota State. I mean, I don't know how you don't let that one just go. So Dakota State's defense is going to have to stiffen up, to say the least. 1st and goal from the 7. As Fry comes on late, he'll be in the slot on the near side. McCarville split out wide. Gibson, handoff Andrews. Andrews is swallowed up but keeps his feet going. He's going to pick up a couple on the play. Ahmed Andrews running tough. Now Hayden Gibson chatting with the referee. Not sure what they're. Certainly a very cerebral player is Hayden Gibson. 2nd and goal from the 5 here for the Blue Hawks after the first turnover of the game. Empty backfield here as Gibson will go under center. He'll keep it himself and push forward, and Gibson will pick up 1 or 2 on the play. And Gibson kept his feet. He's going to be down to about the 3-yard line, so 3rd and goal from the 3. And we're going to get 4 in and 4 out, perhaps a jumbo package here for Dickinson State. Yeah, they're 4 in and 4 outs. Fullback checking in as well, so perhaps a heavy package here for Dickinson State with 12 to go in this 4th quarter. The Blue Hawks with the gift. Got 1st and goal after the muffed punt. Gibson will go under center. And play action. Gibson rolling out, has a man open back of the end zone, wide open, and it's completed for the touchdown. Wide open on the back of the end zone, number 88, Kellen Ray, sophomore tight end from Glendale, Arizona. And Ray was wide open and able to make the catch before tipping out of bounds. And Dickinson State now leads 30-14 with 11:14 left in this 4th quarter, and a turnover that was a shot to the heart for Dakota State. But time to rally. Payne is on here for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up. Kick is good. 31-14. 25 straight unanswered, dating back to the first half for Dickinson State here on the road. With 11:49 left in this 4th quarter, an uphill climb here for the Trojans. Timeout is on the field. We'll pause as well. We're back after this 30-second break on FM 103.
At Mustang Seeds, we're planting your future. To us, that means continuously refining our seed technologies to present the most desirable traits. But it also means doing business the way it all started 55 years ago. Strong seed from a 3rd-generation family business. We guess you could say it's genetic. Mustang Seeds, planting your future. To find the perfect seed solutions for your operation, contact your local dealer or visit mustangseeds.com.
Welcome back to Trojan Field. Crash back at the studios. I'm Carl Hauser. 31-14 Dickinson State now with the advantage as they recovered a muffed punt in the, well, inside the 10-yard line, able to cash in on 3rd and 3. Little play action as Gibson tosses his 3rd touchdown? No, 4th touchdown of the game for Hayden Gibson. Has thrown 2 picks as well, but Gibson's had himself a very nice day as Giesey's going to return this kickoff here for Dakota State. In fact, tripped up by one of his own players as he gets out to about the 34-yard line. And Dakota State got up 14-6 after the first 2 offensive drives of the game, and they been able to pick up first downs, but I don't think they've picked up
After
more
the
than a
return,
first down in
Dakota
a
State
drive
first down
here in this second
at
half.
the 35-yard line.
So the Trojans have work to do, to say the least. They want any chance, need to score on this drive for sure. Meanwhile, the defense they're tired. Devericks will drop back to pass, and he'll swing it out to Fredrickson on the far side. He's got a lead block with Deshaun Keel, and Brody will go out of bounds, crossing over the 40. Nice block by Deshaun out there. Oh, they're going to mark him only down at the 40-yard line. Boy, I thought he was a step or two, a yard or two beyond that. It is a gain of 5. Brings up second down and 5 here for the Trojans as they will go hurry-up offense. 2 receivers near side, 1 on the top side. Devericks drops back to pass. Torrin looking to go deep, has Roger Moore near sideline. Catch is made. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Roger Moore makes the catch right before he slid out of bounds, and it is a GSN Insurance first down, 3rd catch of the game for Moore. Been impressed with him today. And the ball marked at the 40-yard line of Dickinson State, and a corner route from the slot for Moore, and he makes the catch as he slides out of bounds. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Shotgun formation for Devericks. Has the snap. Here comes the rush. Torrin has Keel. Keel makes the catch. Makes a man miss. Deshaun Keel, first down and more. Nice job. Deshaun Keel made the catch. Peeled to the outside, as you should. And back-to-back GSN Insurance first downs. And Dakota State is on the move. They've got it at the 23-yard line. Nice throw from Torrin Devericks and able to beat the heat. Trayshawn Roberts split out on the near side. Moore in the slot. Keel on the top side. Geese to the tight end off right tackle. 1st and 10. Devericks has the snap. It was low, though. Gets it. Tosses it over to Fredrickson. Fredrickson loose on the far side and steps out of bounds close to a first down. Good read there from Torrin Devericks as Brody Fredrickson has another catch. That is his 4th of the contest. And so it's going to be 2nd down and 4 and a visit inside the Case IH red zone here for the Trojans. 10:20 and counting left in this 4th quarter. 31-14 Dickinson State leading. Devericks to pass, looking to the end zone near side for Moore. Just out of the reach of Moore. Was blanketed on the play. Incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 3.
3rd down.
Was looking for more on a corner route. Derek Van de Bosch, the safety, applying coverage. The corner, Louis Dobitz, in the vicinity as well. He had peeled off of Trayshawn Roberts. So 3rd and a long 3 here for the Trojans. 2 down territory. Fredrick's in the backfield here with Devericks. The heat is on. Here comes the blitz. Devericks looking to the far corner for Keel, and Keel can't come up with the football. Good coverage there. As Deshaun Keel was battling on that far side, Javante Oifants was in on coverage, so it's 4th and 3 for the Trojans as they have strictly gone to the air here in this, or on this drive. They need to pick up first down here. They're going to put Brody Fredrickson in the slot on the near side. Moore's going to go to the slot on the top side. Empty backfield here for Devericks, and now a timeout is going to be called as the play took just a little bit too long.
Dakota
so a
State,
timeout is on the field. 10:08 left in this 4th quarter. 31-14, Dickinson State with the advantage here over Dakota State as the Trojans are on the move but face a 4th and 3. Let's keep things here as we will have a quick turnaround. Nice drive here. They need to get continue to move this football, give themselves a chance to try and rally in this one. And they were going to go with an empty backfield. Let's see if they do change up the play call here. Well, did have a little bit of sunshine to begin the second half. Kind of a patchy visit here and there. Never was a steady sunshine as it's been mostly cloudy throughout the day. Continue to get those westerly winds. Obviously a big play here coming out. 4th down and about 3 from the 17-yard line, 16-yard line. Ball's going to be marked on the far hash. And they will split out 2 receivers either side. Roberts and Fredrickson on the near side, Keel and Moore on the top side. Devericks in shotgun formation. Geesey, the tight end, off left tackle. So 4th and 3. Dickinson State showing pressure. Devericks has the snap. Looking to Keel on the far side to the end zone. Keel can't make the catch as he was falling out of bounds. Not sure if he would have been able to stay in bounds. And it is incomplete, so they went for a fade route a couple times. Keel could not come down with the catch, and so a turnover on downs by the Dakota State offense after they had a promising drive going. And that is going to be a turnover on downs, and so the turnovers all squared up. And it is going to be 1st and 10 for Dickinson State as they have it at their own. It was the 16-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Dickinson State at the 16. Gibson will be in pistol formation with Ahmed Andrews just behind him off left. And it'll be a handoff to Andrews, picking his way, and now hits. Cole McCarty leading the charge. Now the whistles are blown. Gain of a couple on the play, and obviously Dickinson State will be content keeping the ball on the ground and just continue to turn out the clock. So one of the better drives in this game for Dakota State turned away, and that was really the first time in the second half that they have shown life on offense, but could not pick up those 3 yards that they needed. Certainly the Trojan sideline a little subdued on this near side. Under 9.5 left. Again, Dickinson State, they're going to break huddle. They're going to be in no hurry, likely wanting to get the play clock within 5. One of the play clock not working, so the time's been kept on the field by the back judge. Here's a handoff to Andrews. Andrews will tiptoe forward. And finally, now we're going to get some pushing and shoving going on. Here's the one thing I will say. The officials are letting the play kind of continue as Andrews staying on his feet and pushing. But the longer that the officials wait to blow the call, the higher chance there is that we're going to get some pushing and shoving, as we saw right there. So I get that they want to allow forward progress, but at the same time, don't want to let things getting out of hand, as obviously there's going to be some frustration being shown on the Dakota State side as they find themselves down 31-14. It's going to be 3rd and 4 here for the Blue Hawks. 8:20 left, 4th quarter. Gibson again in no hurry is going to put Fry in motion left to right. Looking at the back judge for the play clock. Gibson has the snap. He'll hand off to Andrews. Andrews makes a man miss, gets close to the first down marker. They mark him down at the 20, maybe just short of the 26. This is going to be close. I think he's going to be just short of the first down. And it is going to be close here. And it is going to be 4th down. So 4th and 1. Andrews picked up about 3, needed 4. But time is of essence here. And Alec Bolche is going to drop back here on punts. Once again, Jeremiah Payne is on. Payne from Grenora, North Dakota, in an interesting co-op for football. I'll talk about that in a moment. Payne, here comes the blitz. He gets off a nice punt. Bolche's going to let this one drop. It takes a Dickinson State roll inside the 30 down to about the 27-yard line. So Dakota State selling out for the block, could not come up with it. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Trojans offense. 7:14 left in this 4th quarter. 31-14 is the advantage for Dickinson State. Jeremiah Payne, freshman from Grenora, North Dakota. Now, Grenora, they play football in Montana, and they're known as the Mondak Thunder. They play 6-man football in in Montana. Then they co-op in wrestling and wrestle in North Dakota for high school athletics. And Grenora actually won a 6-man state title. Mondak Thunder is the name. They won a 6-man state title a couple of falls ago. And yes, looking at statistics from 9-man or 6-man football, not only per game and per season, absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, 1st and 10 here for Dakota State as they trail 31-14. Torrin Devericks stepping up. Devericks can't get away from the pressure, and he is going to be dropped in the backfield for a loss of a couple. Torrin Devericks fighting his way forward, but he's going to be dropped at about the 22-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 4 or 5 on the play, and again, good coverage downfield by Dickinson State. So second and long, 6:45 and counting left, fourth quarter. Trojans have it. Devericks, shotgun formation, looking to go deep down the far side, has Deshaun Keel. Keel can't come up with the football, looking for the over-the-shoulder catch. And incomplete, brings up third and long. So third and long here for the Trojans. And kind of getting out of their comfort zone. Brody Fredrickson, 20 carries, 110 yards on the day, and a touchdown. But Hayden Gibson, the difference, able to overcome 2 interceptions. He's thrown 4 touchdowns, 17 of 24 for Gibson, 252. Here comes the rush. Torrin Devericks looking to Roberts, and Roberts' pass intended for Trayshawn Roberts, incomplete. Lewis Dobitz on the coverage on the near side, and it is going to be fourth and long. Looks like the Trojans will go for it here.
Incomplete pass.
Why not? Down 31-14 with 6.5 minutes left. And indeed, Dakota State will go for a fourth down from their own 23-yard line. 3 receivers split on the top side, 1 on the near side. Brody Fredrickson in the backfield. So 4th and 14. Devericks looking over the middle, has a man. It's Roger Moore. Moore has the catch and a first down. Roger Moore with another big catch as he's out to about the 46-yard line. And a gain of 23 on the play. Great catch from Roger Moore. Moore nearly broke away. And I believe that was Van de Bosch on the tackle. So it is a first down for the Trojans. A little bit of life here for Dakota State. First down, and a GSN Insurance first down at that, ball to the 46. Devericks back to pass. Over the middle, and it is going to be caught. And a catch is made by Deshaun Keel, gain of about 6. They're onto the plus side as it's a first down at the Dickinson State 48-yard line. 5:45 to go here in this fourth quarter. 2nd and 4. Devericks, shotgun formation, has the snap. Stepping up, looking down far sideline, and Giese can't make the catch, though defensive back did tip the football.
Incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 5.
It was Javante Orphant tipping the football away, so it's going to be 3rd and 4 here for Dakota State. Giese open for a moment, but good recovery by Dickinson State in the defensive backfield. Defensive secondary, rather. Devericks, shotgun formation, has the snap. Here comes the blitz, looking down the deep sideline to Roberts, and it's going to be incomplete. Roberts had to knock that one away from Dobitz. Just a simple fly route there, and Roberts could not come up with it.
Incomplete pass brings
so
up
4th and 4 here for DSU, as the Trojans will look to convert another 4th down on this drive. 2 receivers split near side, Moore in the slot. Roberts also on the near side, Keel up top. Devericks looks to the sideline, perhaps getting a new play. Indeed he is. So Brody Fredrickson's now going to go deep in the backfield. Pistol formation. Devericks drops back to pass. Stepping up and has a man. Keel with the first down. Deshaun Keel makes the catch as the Dickinson State secondary trying to rip the ball away from Deshaun Keel, but able to convert. And a GSN Insurance first down. Call Scott or Nancy Gusso today at GSN Insurance of Madison. So a first down here for Dakota State as they have the ball at the 38-yard line of the Blue Hawks. Devericks back to pass. Torrin stepping up. Ooh, he is hit hard. Be a loss of 7 or 8 on the play. And Torrin looked like he was going to step up to get rid of that one. Roger Moore was open over the middle. And Moore knows it. Roger Moore's made some big catches here today. Cooper McDermott checking in. Seconds and 17 after the sack. Good pressure by the 4 up front by Dickinson State. Devericks back to pass, looking to the far sideline, and passes off the fingertips of Deshaun Keel. A lot of pressure there by the covering D-back. Well, it's number 5 out there, I believe, unless I'm seeing wrong, and there's only one 5 listed, and that's quarterback Hayden Gibson. I thought it was Javante Orfant there, but my eyes are deceiving me. 3rd and 17 here for the Trojans. Obviously 2-down territory, trailing 31-14. 4:35 left in this fourth quarter. Here comes some pressure. It's picked up. Devericks with time, but no one open. Torn's going to scramble far side, and now tosses it, and it's going to be nearly picked off. Ball knocked away by the Blue Hawks, and it is going to be 4th and 17. Deshaun Keel, the intended receiver, and it was nearly picked off. So 4th and 17 for the Trojan offense. They have the ball at the Dickinson State 45. They need to get it down to the 28-yard line. Shotgun formation. Fredrickson in the backfield with Devericks. 2 receivers near side, 1 on the top side. Devericks has the snap. Here comes the rush. Over the middle to McDermott. McDermott makes the catch, and this is going to be a first down. Cooper McDermott makes the catch, and it is a GSN Insurance first down, so needed 17 and got 19 on the play. So Torrin Devericks able to step up and find Cooper McDermott for the catch. And it is GSN Insurance first down. Ball is marked at the 26-yard line of Dickinson State. 4 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. 31-14 is the lead for Dickinson State. The Blue Hawks on the road, likely to pick up a victory. Devericks drops back to pass. Looking over to the near sideline. McDermott makes the catch. It's a GSN Insurance first down and a visit to the Case IH red zone as Cooper McDermott makes the catch and is pushed out of bounds. They mark him out at the 6. Was not over the middle, but rather to the near sideline. And another completion here. Slowly but surely, Dakota State edging towards potentially a touchdown. And so now if you're thinking a touchdown here, likely we'll see an onside kick as well when the Trojans punch it in. So 1st and goal from the 6. Moving towards the west end zone. Wind still prevalent. Fredrickson in the backfield with Devericks. Torrin looking to pass. Dump off to McDermott. McDermott will fight towards the end zone. It's going to be wrestled down short by about 2 or 3 yards. Simple little out route there by Cooper McDermott. And so it is 2nd and goal. They mark it at the 3-yard line. So 2nd and goal from the 3. Looks like they're going to keep it through the air. Dickinson State loading the box. 2nd and goal from the 3. 3 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Devericks drops back to pass. Now he's going to step up, and he is going to be sacked. No one open on the play. And it is going to be 3rd and goal from about the 6-yard line. So good pressure up front. A host of Blue Hawk defenders swarming Devericks as he stepped up on the play. And it's going to be 3rd and goal from about the 6-yard line. Ball is marked on the near hash. Clock continues to churn, under 2.5 left, fourth quarter. Dickinson State leads by 17. Devericks back to pass. Looking over the middle. Ball is tipped and incomplete. Was looking for Cooper McDermott on a little slant route and a nice tip. That was Kevin Brown, the linebacker, who tipped it up in the air. McDermott actually fell down. Had he kept his footing, he may have been able to get underneath that football. Instead, it's going to be 4th and goal from the 6, and we'll get a timeout.
Timeout.
31-14, Dickinson State with the advantage over Dakota State here on a game that was originally scheduled for Saturday afternoon, but Mother Nature came a-knocking in the Midwest. North Dakota got slammed pretty hard over these last 3 to 4 days, certainly in the kind of the north central, basically everything from Highway 83 and over, from Minot to Bismarck line and over, saw some significant snowfall, and so all 3 of the North Star Athletic Association games got pushed back. as we keep things here during this timeout, the Mustang Seeds postgame show is coming up, and just saw the score. Waldorf all over Mayville State. I think that was 64-0. Did I see that correctly? Also, the other NSAA game getting underway about a half hour ago, Valley City State at Presentation. Yeah, 63-0. In fact, that's the final. And tough back-to-back weekends for Mayville State. They got crushed last week at home against Dickinson State, who's 63-0 to Waldorf today. And Waldorf is the opponent next Saturday for Dakota State. 4th and goal from the 6. Empty backfield here for Devricks. McDermott in the slot on the near side. Fredericks in the slot on the right side. Devricks drops back to pass, has to step up. Now has some time. Torrin Devricks looking for the end zone. Leading in. Is he in? They're going to mark him just short. Torrin Devricks diving for the end zone and just comes up a yard short. And so Dickinson State will take over 1st and 10 from their 1-yard line. And Torrin Devricks basically down at the half-yard line. And so they were able to drive in the red zone back-to-back possessions, but could not come up with points as Dickinson State holds. 2:11 left in this 4th quarter. Boy, Torrin Devricks, you don't get any closer than that as he tried to reach out for the goal line, but they say just short. So Dakota State, they can't kneel the football here. Not sure that they would anyway. I believe we've got Derek Tabor behind Gibson. Gibson's going to go under center himself, take it, and a little push forward. Hayden Gibson with a gain of a yard or 2. Tough day today for Dakota State. They led 14-6. It was 14-9 at halftime, and then just could not get the offense moving in the second half, and Dickinson State was able to take advantage of a tired secondary, or I should say just a tired defense on Dakota State, and understandable. And some big plays in the second half for Dickinson State as the Blue Hawks, again, ranked 14th in the nation, showing that they deserve that ranking. A very good second half here today for Coach Stanton and his Dickinson State side. 90 seconds left. Clock continues to run. Gibson will hand it off. Tabor is going to come off this right side and squirts through up to around the 9-yard line. Maybe not. They mark him down at about the 7. So maybe one more play here will do it. And, yeah, first time this season that Dakota State will lose at home. They will drop to 3-1 here at home and 3-3 overall. And looking at our back judge, clock is at 50 seconds. Now he's starting to count, so this one actually be kind of close. They may have to run a 4th down play. If they don't get a first down, it is 3rd and 3. Hand off to Tabor. Tabor off this near side, and he is going to be stacked as he gets close to the 10. I think they're going to give him the 10-yard line, maybe a little bit over that. This is actually going to be very close to a first down, but don't know if it's going to matter as it's under 40 seconds. Now they start running the clock and the play clock, and nope, Dickinson State will not have to run another play. And so the Blue Hawks on the road will pick up the victory here as they move to 5-1 on the season, 3-0 in NSAA play. Dakota State drops to 3-3 on the season, 1-2 in North Star Athletic Association play as we have the players shaking hands at the 50-yard line. Well, a promising start, but the defense of Dakota State got worn down here today, and Dickinson State was able to take advantage of the Blue Hawks pick up the victory on the road. 31-14 our final here today as the Mustang Seeds postgame show is coming up next here on Jammin' Country FM 103 and AmazingMadison.com. Let's step aside for, why don't we go for a 60-second break? Mustang Seeds postgame show coming up next.
Mustang Seeds, we're planting your future. To us, that means continuously refining our seed technologies to present the most desirable traits. But it also means doing business the way it all started 55 years ago. Strong seed from a 3rd-generation family business. We guess you could say it's genetic. Mustang Seeds, planting your future. To find the perfect seed solutions for your operation, contact your local dealer or visit mustangseeds.com.
Heartland Consumers Power District would like to wish the Dakota State Trojans good luck this season. This is Casey Crabtree, Heartland's Director of Economic Development. I'm excited to work with businesses here in Madison to help them grow and thrive. If you're looking to expand your business or are in need of low-interest financing, give me a call at 256-6536. Heartland is proud to deliver reliable energy and services to the City of Madison. We believe in the power of forward thinking and want to be your trusted community partner and leader in our industry.